Can I do my intro?
Yeah.
I mean, you're recording now, so
All right, bet. Hold on.
you're gonna do it anyway. No sudden moves.
He go pop up and somebody video just
That'd be funny. He came through 8. All you see is AJ door open and Jay just come in.
Bro, that fucker would be clean.
That'd be pretty funny. Let me do my intro. Do my intro.
I don't know if he wants to do his intro first or.
Oh man.
I don't know. Go ahead and do your intro.
No, I fucked it up. That won't work.
Dang. I was trying to see that piece.
I was gonna pop up underneath my desk and climb up like that.
Nice, dude.
Can't even see it.
That one would have
You a
been
big
heat.
man too. You might knock some shit over.
Whoa.
Yeah. Also,
Wait,
can y'all not? Y'all can't see me.
Nope. Bananas
Dang.
and cheese, fam.
I feel
Bananas
you.
and cheese. But
I ain't gonna cut this mug.
what's up, guys? It's your boy A-Ron, aka
It's your boy.
Turtle the Ascended,
It's your boy.
aka Terror Spin Must Win. What's good? I'm with the crew with a special guest as well, and we on technical topic number 10. Number 10. Praise for 10 digits. Again, people that watch, thank you for watching. Keep watching, or we'll find you. And then you should also find other people to watch.
I think we playing.
Tell them if they don't watch, you will throw a packet of ramen noodles at their head.
A whole packet
I'm gonna do that for free just to do it.
for free.
All right, real quick. Of course, we gonna run around the room and introduce our technicians.
What's going on? What's up, Butterbanger? Big boss, big boy. Bowling bitch. What's going on?
No,
I
it's
bowl.
the
boy. Ooh.
your boy Raha.
Oh Lord.
God.
It's
Oh
on
wait,
me.
I guess.
Yeah, it's AJ.
I guess. Oh, it's me. Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
And then we got our special guest. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Yo,
I feel
you
something.
already know, man. You know what he said. Your boy Qhub of Flockaninjas. Check us out. You already know what it is. Hey, go find that man and don't come back till you find that man. Huh.
Got it.
That's heat.
Talk to him.
Hearts.
big facts.
All right, so today we're going in on a more focused topic. I'm sure y'all have heard a little bit about it from the first one we did, which was fighting games. So
Yeah.
this one we coming back to fighting games, but this time we're being very specific. We're gonna talk about Tekken.
Oh yeah.
Great.
One of the
Tekken.
one of the greats, arguably the best fighting game out right now. So we're gonna get right on this little topic at hand. I know a lot of my nonas, a lot of the fellow flockas and other people are gonna F with this topic for sure. So we're gonna hit it off real strong. Well, kind of sort of real strong. So let's talk about this one. What's the first Tekken game you've ever played?
Tekken 1. Very first Tekken.
By memory, I want to say it was probably 2 for me. Tekken 2.
Dang. Second one.
Nasty.
Big fact.
I got a rep academy. Hold on.
Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Boy,
All right,
Store,
stuff a low price. Every day.
Whatever.
there was a commercial for that?
Yes,
I've never
academy.
seen it.
I want to say the first one I ever played was I think it was Tekken 2 don't know. I was too small to really remember it. It was in a what's it called? It was in this little resort. And it was an arcade. I know. So I don't really remember.
I'm pretty sure mine was 2 as well, only because I remember trying to cheese the computer up to stage 4 with the up forward 4 string, and god dang it, Tank.
That mug switched over quick.
Oh,
I just figured out how to do that.
Oh,
he has the power.
He has the power to switch.
I'm gonna switch it to gameplay when they get to more stuff I don't know shit about. So,
so straight on from that. Well,
actually, pause real quick. It was actually 3. Now that I think about it, my cousins used to have a PS1 back in the day, and I used to get babysat by them and whoop their ass in Tekken. They know what they were doing.
He's out, free ninja up. Alright, so let's go on to this one. So a 2-part question, really here. So, who is your favorite Tekken character? And then who is your current Tekken 7 main? And why do both?
Steve Fox, because he throws hands. Why? What was the other question?
Favorite Tekken character, then who you main and why currently?
Because he throws hands.
Nasty Club disappeared.
Big facts.
Oh, my bad.
That boy went to drink some water and disappeared.
I guess I'm next in the squares. Who did I F with? My favorite Tekken player or Tekken person? Probably Jin. That's what it was at first. And Tekken 3 and Tekken 4. Tekken 1, I think I like King because it was clean. Law, Bruce Lee, of course. Negan now. Y'all know that. And if you don't know, I main Negan now. Yeah, he got a lot of swag. He's different. So yeah. So probably Jin and Negan probably. Facts.
Man, let's see. If we going off of just years of playing, my first favorite character was probably Forest Law.
Nasty.
Specifically Forest Law. I didn't fuck with Marshall.
So
Breed
Law.
Forest Law, the best law.
It was always Forest Law, and then when I started getting a little bit older and I started playing more, I think I started playing tag more and it became June. So it was probably a toss between them two. And now at the moment for Tekken 7, I'm maining Asuka again. I had to go back to my roots.
That's nasty.
Getting some mean success.
As far as I'll go ahead and go next. As far as my favorite character, I have to say Jun Kazama, definitely. Only because he was the first character who I actually really tried to learn to play in Tekken Tag. So, yep, Jun Kazama, and then a character that I main now is not even a real Tekken character, because it's Noctis Lucius Kaya.
Got him.
You gotta say the full name.
Noctis Lucius.
Whenever you speak of the
Noctis
king,
Lucius.
you gotta put respect.
Noctis Lucius.
That whole hilarious.
Hey.
Oh man, that video was hilarious.
Put some respect on his name.
So my two, most of y'all already know me, so y'all already know my two characters. First is Lars, is my favorite character because I liked Lars before I even really played Tekken, just because of Naruto 2, because he was in that mug, and that's what really made me say, hey, I'm gonna sit down and learn Tekken because he's in this game too. And then of course in Tekken 7, I main the demon man, the young Akuma, probably the most controversial character in the game right now.
This boy doesn't even play a real Tekken character.
Hey, shut up. I can play whoever I want. So, while I talk about Akuma, actually, let's talk about a mean subject starting off. So, how do we feel about... Well,
hell yeah, you trash Aaron. Shit.
Yeah, tell them it again. Next caller.
You already got your cap on, Qhub. So the subject here is 2D characters in Tekken.
Ooh.
Do they make, break, or ruin Tekken? Like, how do we feel about them? Are they good? Are they bad?
Yeah.
Or are they just...
Well, we gotta
Should they
answer
not
the
be
first
here?
question. We gotta answer the question of how's Tekken 7 doing right now?
I mean, it thrives pretty well.
Thrives pretty well. Got a good player base.
Yep.
All right. Well, the 2D characters didn't fuck up the game. Low key, they made it innovative, and they brought people to the game, more people to the game.
You're
Like
not wrong.
Akuma, like that boy, like that boy. What's that boy?
Grease
that boy name?
Howard.
That boy
Grease.
Grease.
He said Grease.
What's that boy name? What's that boy?
Grease
That
Howard.
Yeah. People
Grease
still
Howard.
playing it. People loving the game. Shoot, people thought Tekken Tag 2 killed Tekken. And then Tekken 7 came out. They were like, "Oh, shoot, Akuma, a 2D character!" And
Fact.
we finna turn up. Turn up.
Facts. Shout out to AST, Akuma Save Tekken.
So
God,
you know,
Facts.
But we
only thing we know for sure is that it changed the
Yeah.
Tekken game.
Mhm.
Changed it. Yeah, it did meters and shit. There's armor moves and shit, like
A whole bunch of bullshit.
rage arts that people spam that out of just pure desperation. You know, like rage drive.
Hey, keep on preaching, man. And keep on preaching,
No,
man.
hold up. No, that's
Hold on.
another
Damn.
subject.
Oh, where my Bible?
For real, tell these niggas, man. Pull out that Tekken manual. Yes. Tekkulations.
Ooh.
What?
Tekulation.
Declarations.
Thou shalt not use.
Thou shalt not bitch about character if thus not know the matchup.
Facts. I like that. Let's go. Let's go get a t-shirt.
That mug is kind of juice.
Let me get a t-shirt. Thank you. I need it. Because we all know there's hella controversy
fact.
among these niggas, and like, is it? Are they too much, or do people really just not know the matchup? As far as some of us know, I see H is raising his hand.
Oh, nasty.
Man, in all honesty, that mug me. In all honesty, like Tank said, I feel like it really just changed the game. Like he said earlier, Tekken Tag was really one of those hit or miss for a lot of people. For the most part, you're not wrong. It's never missed because people going back to it. Ironic, but yeah, man, all the new stuff that added into the game. I want to say 2D characters brought a new aspect when it comes to fighting a different character, because for the legacy people who play Tekken, they're not used to jumping or what's all the stuff that you can say in 2D games. You got the quarter circle and all that stuff, the uniqueness about a 2D character, meters and stuff like that. They're not used to that, seeing that in a Tekken game. And I think they're scary for a lot of old heads versus the new people that are just jumping in. And that's all it is. I feel like it's just a little bit of fear, and they don't want it to, I guess you could say, destroy the purity of Tekken. But I mean, I personally don't necessarily, I guess I'm not against it. I'm cool with it. I mean, it's some new shit to learn. I mean, that's how I feel. I'm
just want to add a little side note. It'd be a problem if the original Tekken cast didn't have a way to deal with those 2D going to 3D fighter characters. If they didn't have a way to deal with the 2D things that they do, then it'd be a problem. But they got answers for it, so I don't see the issue.
Facts. Because there's a lot of specific things I hear about, and like I was talking to Age about this a little bit earlier. Like one of the main things is jumping. Like people have a lot of issue with jumping. They feel like people like Akuma or Geese can just jump around and get away with everything, and that they need like a 100% guaranteed, if I do this, then your jump is irrelevant type thing. And I feel like they're, because I saw it on Wave Dash. Shout outs to that Blaster Salami. Big shout outs, taught me how to play Steve. Taught
us all how to play Steve.
Hell yeah. But like they said something on there about how not every character can deal with jumping, and they also said like jumping can just like crush anything and stuff like that. But from what I've watched, when it comes to the 2D characters, it's just a lot of them just don't do anything. First off, like I've sat there and watched top players just let Akuma players, obviously Akuma specifically, jump in and just do stuff, and then I'll go back and watch like JDCR, and then when they jump against him, JDCR is wait at their back. So it's like, well, I think it's just a pure lack of labbing when it comes to the 2D characters, because one of them is trash. One of them is definitely trash. Shout outs to Eliza. Like, I wish she was good. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I just feel like people just have not labbed the matchup enough. Like,
do you have to lab a ninja to that point for them, I guess, to deserve, to give them I guess a fair chance, I suppose? You know, the fact that you have to lab a person in order to create a defense versus all these other new characters who you can fight up against, is that necessary? You know, is that a light to how OP they are? Because you can fight a lot of characters on Tekken and not have to lab them. But if I have to lab someone, you know, is that a example of how OP they are? Because I don't know Lucky Chloe, I don't know Claudio, I don't know Shaheen, I don't know a whole bunch of ninjas on this cast who I don't have to lab, but I can put up a defense. But whenever I guess Akuma in this case comes up, and then you know I get body rocked. So is that, you know, an example of how OP he is in general? What do you think?
I don't think it's. Oh, you can go.
He's 2D. I know that, and he's different. So you already have that aspect. But if you set that aside and then, you know, go from there. What's up?
I think what it speaks to is that he's very different, and that's the main issues with the 2D characters. They are very different. The reason why you can fight Lucky Chloe, you can fight Claudio, you can fight Shaheen, especially Shaheen's generic ass, is that they're like true by Tekken characters are mostly based off of Tekken. And so if you have good Tekken fundamentals, you're gonna be able to, you should be able to fight those characters up to a certain point. Now you're gonna reach that point where, you know, you're gonna have that person, you're gonna have that specialist, and then they're gonna be like, oh, well, do you know this? Do you know this? Oh, you don't know, you get blown up. So then you're gonna have to lab them. But the labbing barrier for the 2D characters is like so low because they're just so different. You need to be able to deal with Demon Flip in order to play against Akuma. You have to be able to deal with jump ins in order to do the 2D characters, because no one else has it. That's their thing. And so I don't think it speaks exactly to how OP they are. It just shows how different they are. Now, is that different good or different bad? Well, that's the question we're answering right now, right? Mm-hmm. So is it a good different? Is it bad different? If you ask me, it is. It's neither good nor good nor bad. I would take it more towards it's actually a good different. And the reason why I say that is because they're so I had this problem in Tekken 7. Now, this is me. This is opinion. Okay, this is an opinion. Tekken community. This is an opinion.
We coming for you. We coming for you. We coming for
This is an opinion. There's too many generic moves in the Tekken roster. Too many down forward ones that are the exact same. Too many down fours, too many down ones, too many down threes that are the exact same.
You just
And so now the 2D characters actually have unique moves and stuff, and you're like, what? He doesn't have a generic down four? Look at his down four, bro. Look at it. It's not a generic down four. What am I supposed to do? Oh, well, he has a generic down one. Why does he have a generic down one? Look, bro, I'm just.
That's what I was about to say too. It's really actually a lack of innovation on Tekken's part when it comes to character. I guess character creation.
Yeah.
Not necessarily character development, because, like you said, we have so many generic characters going through, and then when you start getting to, you can start saying it about Leroy. Come on, man.
My God.
This man crazy.
Hold on. Let me interrupt you real quick. Hold on. Now, Leroy's a different case. Leroy still.
My bad.
Well, like here's the thing about Leroy. Leroy still has all the generic stuff, but it's all dialed to like 1500. So it's like I have literally all this orbital
it's only
heal,
dialed
this
to 1,000
hell
now.
sweep,
Okay, he's
this,
been nerfed.
He still has everything, and it's just as good, if not better, than the person who originally uses it. Like, he's got orbital heal. What Brian got on him? I got more damage, and I'm easier to do combos with. Hell, no execution. I can just do that mug. My damage, I got so many parries and stuff like that. So it's like they just combined all that for like Leroy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like that's a different. Is more of a not necessarily complicated character, but it's a more unique character because not only does he have a variation of Tekken, but now you have to put on this whole. He has a great defense from the regular back to his hermit stance to the other like. Moves that he can do to stop you from going. Same thing with what's that new dude? Fuck you, man. Fuck him, Rom. Like
what? Fuck Rom.
The fact that he has how many ways is it? Like 5 to go into his crouch mix up. Like that's crazy.
Too damn many.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's not normal for a Tekken character. But people don't get mad at them two. Besides just like damage, well, when I'm talking about like when it comes to not like the damage and all that, when you talk about the range and all that stuff, they do get mad about that. But I mean, like I don't know, man. Akuma do get talked about. 2D characters get talked about more than them two sometimes. Like,
you are correct on. You are definitely correct on that.
True.
People bitch about Akuma. I forget my language, man. People talk so much mess about Akuma, it's crazy. And it's funny because it'll be these pro players talking about, oh, I had this close set with this Akuma player, this Akuma main, so don't tell me I don't know how to play against the character. I already know how to play this character. He just shouldn't have this, he shouldn't have that. I watched a match of one of the players who said that. Within the first 30 seconds, I deduced he did not know the matchup because Akuma did light Tatsu, didn't go unpunished. Light Tatsu was minus 15, and that dude was playing drag, so that was perfectly launchable. Second thing he did, he shoryu'd in his face on block. You know what punish he did? 4-1.
Oh, no,
Bro.
4-1. You launched that shit. No, you don't know the matchup. Stop lying. Stop lying on my character, man.
Hey man, we all miss a punish or two. But I will say,
Every
if that nigga played Street Fighter any day in his life, he would have saw Shore. You would have been like, "Yo, this nigga free."
but bro, if you're going to claim you know the matchup and you don't launch Shoryu, what,
bro?
You cannot. Like, you literally cannot do that.
Stuff like that, I'm just like, okay, y'all say y'all know the matchup, but you're letting the dude Tatsu in your face. You're letting the dude DP for free. If this was a Street Fighter game, I'd just be doing it. I'm gonna be like, shot. Anytime you try to do something, if you ain't gonna punish it, like, I mean, I feel that's the way it is in any game, though. And that's kind of, especially, it's kind of weird that happens in Tekken, that people are talking about things and not punishing things, because punishment is such a big part of Tekken. Like, it's literally like,
facts.
People will freaking talk bad shit about you for not punishing something, and then they let Akuma DP for free, and I'm like, bro, it's minus $1 billion. Like, you could literally go make a bandit come back and punish them and launch him. Like,
facts. Like,
this nigga's in the air for that long. Especially with how slow Tekken is, he goes.
Oh yeah, he holds that mug up there. They slowed it down strictly for Tekken.
Facts. Like, there's so much misinformation spread around about that character. Is crazy. Like, people talk about how he can counter hit you if you try to jab him out the air with like Demon Flip 1. That ish don't work. That ish actually doesn't work. All that means is you mistimed your anti-air. Like, and people want guaranteed anti-airs against these characters. Now that actually sometimes is hard to deal with, like Eliza in there, because that dive kick is something serious.
Oh, that dive kick fire.
Heck yeah.
I hate it.
I mean, but specifically at the wall, in open space, it's not terrible to deal with. I mean, if you're at the wall, I mean, it's just like being in the corner in any other game. Like, I mean, don't be there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It's scary against anybody against the wall.
You're right.
Tank, hand up. No.
I got a question. Do you know any professional Tekken players that have a history of playing not Tekken, 2D fighting games at a high level?
John Dane is the only one that I readily know off the top of my head.
Because you want to know what I think it is? I think it's the fact that since Tekken is a 3D fighter, and it's been a 3D fighter, right? 2D situations like that, punishing that like off of reaction is something that maybe Tekken players aren't used to doing. Because since we play Street Fighter, we know, like, hey, punish this brother, man. And if any Shoto Shoryukens in your face, like, brother, you could get a jump in on that brother, hit him with a full combo. But like, if it's just as Tekken, it's like, well, something like that maybe isn't automatically like, oh, you can punish that, or like, you sure use in front of your face. Maybe I need to actually punish that mug effectively. So it's like,
yeah, Tekken.
I mean, yeah, but then don't speak like you're an expert on the matchup. Then
facts.
I mean, but
people do that so much.
Yeah, they got you, but they know that people look to them for advice, for professional advice, and they feel like they might feel entitled to give information and details and advice on situations that others think that they're an expert in. So they got to give a half-assed answer, even though they don't actually know their answer.
Facts. Like, and some people just don't want to listen. They'll take whatever you told them for counterplay and then exaggerate it for like every single thing. Like, if I tell you this, you have to jab Demon Flip with like King, and then he just starts mashing jab, not trying to time it at all. It's like, look, I jabbed, it didn't work. It's like, well, it doesn't work like that. It's the same thing in Street Fighter. People talk about like in Street Fighter they have these dedicated anti-airs. Guess what? It's the same in Street Fighter. You can't just willy-nilly toss a Shoryu or a random button. That can get baited and you can still get punished. Like, come on.
It's faster in Street Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't know, man. Watching Akuma Shoryu in Tekken and Shoryu in Street Fighter, it's slow motion. Like, I'll admit I get caught with that freaking demon front flip just because I'm curious on what like that the meatball character of Akuma is gonna do. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like,
you gotta be a meatball.
It's because he's swole, man. They made a realistic swole Akuma, and he looked like a big old meatball. Whatever.
Over here look like he belonged on a Subway sandwich, bro.
But
yeah, It's just looking at that.
Everyone's
Demon
eyes
Slayer.
like all scrunched up in Tekken 2. But only
Oh yeah.
Fact.
Yeah, that.
that shit fucking hurt. Oh god.
So what's the answer for everybody?
2D characters, they're fine. Oh,
We dwelled on that.
they're
for a while.
fine. There's
Well,
nothing
well,
wrong with them. People just need to do some more labbing. Actually,
Perspective.
I kind of do want to go back to
Yeah.
Qhub's point though for a second about having to lab against them, because there's a few characters we have to lab against now that are natural born Tekken, like Zhao Yu, like Lei.
Oh my god,
Like,
fuck that bitch. Oh my
You play Yoshimitsu, and if I don't know what you're doing half
Oh
the
yeah,
time.
bro.
Like there's
Oh,
some
my
Bro, I
Lord.
had to
But
laugh.
I can
I had to
I
laugh,
can
Yoshi.
still fight Xiao Yu's though, and I don't know a lot of her ish.
Nah,
But a
she-
lot of this stuff you can find out though while fighting. Like you can
Yeah.
throw a 1 after something that's unsafe, and then next you'll throw, I don't know, a 12 frame move that doesn't work. They're gonna keep punishing you or doing things to you until you block it, and you can find out stuff in between the fight. But with like some of these 2D characters, your finding out is about to take you the whole set. Versus if Xiao Yu does a 14 frame move, you can throw out a 12 frame, then a 13 frame. But if you with Akuma or one of these people, as far as the community goes, it's taking you way too long in these matches for you to find out. Cause I don't really know Xiao Yu. I fought a Yoshi the other day who was doing ish I never done before, and I was able to contend. But with like Eliza, that like you said on that wall ish, it's a wrap. I might as well cut my game off. With
I
that
could-
dive kick on the wall, even not on the wall, it's just hard for me to deal with
Morgana.
that. But yeah. But yeah, you do have to lab some characters on Tekken though, even still. So yeah, your point is valid as far as labbing across the whole.
You can do like me. Sometimes you just gotta push that button and say fuck it, fuck around.
Oh yeah.
But like you said with the Street Fighter Shoryu, because I don't play Street Fighter that much at all. But like with the Street Fighter Shoryu, a lot faster, and the Tekken Shoryu, Tekken should be a lot slower. It's a completely different game. A lot of this stuff should have been added in Cross and not Tekken. I feel like they should dumb it down a lot with these 2D characters for Tekken, and not. Man, I can't say that because them creating a universe that 2D niggas can come in is why Tekken's so successful. I don't know. I guess you got to find a medium.
I think a lot of it I think is, and this is a point that's been brought up multiple times in many conversations. I think the issue is simply there's not enough good Akumas to fight. Like all the good Akumas are in Pakistan, where Super Akuma's in, I forget where he's at. It was like France, I think.
France?
Yeah.
France. And then you have like Rickster, and Rickster's nowhere. Shout outs to Rickster, but he's not on their level. Like he's really not. So like you have to go well out of your way to get some solid Akuma practice to learn the matchup. And the Pakistani Akumas are really the only people who are going to show you the full advantages and how really powerful that character is. So you can't really get that much experience against them. Because like when Nee finally did go to Pakistan to get himself some practice, then these guys leveled up. And look at the last TWT 2019. There were no Akuma mains. Make that clear, mains. I know Chikara pulled out Akuma in the finals, but he is not an Akuma main. The mains did not make it out of pools. There were no mains in the top 8. So I just feel like there just needs to be more good Akumas.
I think it's easy to find out the answers for it, but I guess you have the professionals and then you have the general. Damn, I can't even think of that word.
Casuals.
Yeah, casuals basically. And that's where the ninjas that you find online who get mollywopped by Akuma, who even kinda knows what he's doing, and I think that's probably where most of these opinions are coming from, and they're only enhanced whenever the professionals are having trouble, even one or two of them. But yeah, the casuals don't want to even go look at Akuma's command list and figure out.
AKA the streamers.
X. So while we were on the subject of kind of broken-ish stuff, what exactly makes a character in Tekken broken?
Ooh, I know it.
Dang, man, AJ left the chat.
That boy AJ left the
Go ahead.
chat. Ooh, is easy execution. What's it called? Low risk, high reward. And then I think that's really it. And I think they said 50-50 mix up. I think that's about it. Yeah, low risk, high reward. Easy to play, not necessarily complicated, especially when you're playing a tournament. And then 50-50 mix up. That mug was quick.
No, AJ, you died.
AJ died for real.
But we'll keep rocking. I don't know, because
I'm gonna say frames. That'd be mine.
frames.
Safe moves, man. Who is better than would be? Let's pull from past games. Because my knowledge of the fighting game community is terrible, but I know y'all know a lot. At least Aaron does. Who we have? Bob from what? 5'6"?
Bob from 6.
6 in tag.
And why was he broken in that?
6. He had a 9-frame punish.
He had mean frames, huge
50-50.
damage, 50-50s, great tracking. Like you couldn't step the character.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Low risk, high reward. Like they frames are just extremely good.
Right. Who we got in 7?
7, most people would argue original. Well, season 2 at least, they would argue Akuma.
We got Ram. What do you think about Fox?
Fucking Ram.
Leroy was.
I'm still on the fence about Fucking Ram, man. Like I really don't think he's that broken.
We gotta let the dust settle on him.
Yeah.
He's new.
I think he has great range.
Yeah.
Even Leroy is still new.
Now Leroy,
as far as I'm concerned,
release Leroy was straight up broken.
Oh, he was crazy. He had frame, all that on top of nobody knew what he had.
He had a tracking move that could force you to block from range 4.
Yeah,
range
that was
4.
crazy.
Sure, it was duckable, but range 4.
And that mug was fast.
Dragon Hammer was neutral on block. His down 12.
Leroy when he first came out.
Oh yeah. No, I'm talking about which move are we talking about from range 4?
His 4-4-X. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
yeah. That move was crazy. Massive counter hits that were safe or plus on block. Millions of counter. Back 2 had dang near no recovery on it. Like the character was insane. Like I told H when I touched the character, I was like, this character needs to be nerfed. I told him. I was like, this character, he's too strong. Like he is too much.
That mug was hilarious.
I didn't even play, like when Leroy came out, I really wasn't even playing Tekken that hard. But we got frame data then as well, and so I was trying out the character. I literally never played against anybody with him, like when he first released. So day 3, I go in the lab. I'm like, wait, this does what? On counter hit, it does what? And it's safe, and it pushes you back how far? Oh no, this nigga broken. I'm gonna wait till he gets up before I learn anything else. Like, so to answer the question, the original question, I'm gonna tell you what I think makes Tekken characters broken. One, like it comes to a couple of factors. Number 1 is their range, and it's how much range they can start, where the range they can either start their offense or the range they can keep you out.
So
that's
like
number
neutral?
1. Neutral, but it's specifically like
that's number 1.
The danger.
One being the biggest in your list, being like the most important. AJ?
Yeah, that's the first important because range control is so important in Tekken, and as far as like just how it is, because excluding the 2D characters, there's nothing else to control the neutral, right? You don't have fireballs and most of that stuff with most of these Tekken characters. Even so, the fireballs don't even control neutral, in my opinion. But whatever. That's a whole different topic. So that's number one. Number two is just frames and safety, mostly safety. So you have like these characters that are like broken will have multiple counter hit launchers that are either safe or you get way more reward for the risk involved. Let's talk about Leroy. And now I want you. What's it called? Everyone knows I play Leroy. I love Leroy. He's like, whenever he was announced, I was like, hey man, I'm gonna play the character no matter what. And so back 1+2 is stupid.
It's crazy.
It's safe. Now the range on it isn't great, but it's deceptive, and the amount of damage, wall carry, pressure you get from just going is ridiculous. And then he has multiple, and then you couple that with orbital, and then forward 1+2, and then all his other like super counter or down back 4, where you get a launcher off that too if it counter hits. So I think there's that's number 2, and then like the third one is definitely tracking, because it shuts down Tekken's main thing, which is the movement. So if they have a bunch of moves that just shut down your tracking, that just have a bunch of tracking and shut down sidestepping at multiple ranges, then I mean it's just, if they have all 3 of those things in abundance, it's a wrap.
Yeah, I can get jiggy with the most of that.
That's pretty good.
So what you're really saying is I should play Bob.
I'm not going to stop you. I don't think you get any of those 3 at all. But hey, man, I ain't gonna stop.
Hold on. He's maybe not frames, but he definitely has the space control.
Yeah, he got space control and he got good tracking.
So based on what we just decided on that, let's make a top 5.
Oh man, we getting into tears on this jump, bro.
Let's make a top 5. Based on
I don't even know if I know enough about 5 characters to say, no, I'm kidding.
In fact, my knowledge on
well, we already know who the top 2 are gonna be, right? Falcon Rum and Leroy.
Yeah,
Falcon Rum and Leroy definitely have. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna start. I'll give you my top 5. I'll start it off. Right? I'll jump in the pool, right? So top 5, I'm gonna say Leroy, Falcon Rum, and I'm not saying this in any order whatsoever, so don't think I'm ranking.
No, you gotta order.
Falcon Rum, Leroy, Akuma,
okay,
Jin, and Steve.
Which Jin? Regular Jin?
Ooh, I forgot about Steve.
Regular Jin.
Regular Jin.
Regular Jin. I think regular Jin is supremely underrated. That character has too freaking much.
He does have a lot.
He does a lot. There's just no Jin players, because there's other people that can kind of do what he does.
Oh, there's one. He just hops on the bandwagon now.
Who?
Book.
Oh yeah.
That ninja Book smooth on. Who on Evo Japan playing Leroy? I think it was Book, right?
I think
I don't remember.
He was originally a Jin player. He switched and got him a dub, and then he switched to Falcon Rum. Said, "I'm gonna give you another dub."
It's my top 5. Yeah, Falcon Rum, Leroy, Akuma, Steve, definitely. Like that's 4. The 5th one is where I have a little bit of trouble, because I think there's a lot of contenders for that 5th spot. But like those 4 are solid: Leroy, Falcon Rum, Steve, and Akuma. Like those 4 are solid. The 5th one's a little rough, but I'd say Jin. Tekken community, in my opinion.
No. Everything you say is facts from you. Got it. I probably agree. I can't see anyone. Maybe a Mishima. I don't know. Besides that, I ain't got too many, man.
I say
my 5 gonna be controversial as hell. So
mine is Leroy, fuck around. What's that chick name? Julia.
That's a good one.
Julia. After that, Akuma, and then this one, I'm not for sure, but I want to say Paul.
Yeah, he's up there too.
Yeah, Paul.
I know it's on Aaron's list.
Paul gets.
He ain't on my list.
Paul got a lot of shit that he can get away with low key.
Hey man, he has all three. All three things I talked about. He's got all three. It ain't even low key, bro.
And he easy to play.
Facts. They talk about pay to win. I'm like, have y'all seen Paul Phoenix?
Facts.
Strong.
I forgot about Geese. Geese might be in there. What do we think about Geese?
Yeah, Geese will be.
That's part of my top 5.
Yeah. Geese
Okay. Go ahead.
It's like yeah, but go ahead.
He can take that 5th spot.
My top 5 is I'm gonna say Leroy, because I think Leroy is better than Falcon personally, by a little bit, just because of his versatility. Falcon because he that dude. I think after him, I think it's Geese. I think people have Akuma up there and don't really put Geese high enough. Geese is still very, very powerful, and his damage ceiling is higher than Akuma's, and he's a lot easier to play. And he plays Tekken better, and he still has the 2D jumping mechanic. He's just not going to actually, yeah, he might just kill you with a bar. But I think his
1 bar, 97 damage, and I did that day 1 of learning the character. So Geese specialist, you are dead.
Great tracking. I saw freaking, what is it? I actually took a minute to watch Chikarin play, and like a lot of the matches he was losing. He was losing a little bit. Got a bar, evened it up, or killed him. Like he did. Like I watched the difference between his 1 bar combo and Akuma's 1 bar combo. I'm more worried about Geese.
Yeah, 1 bar. Yeah, Geese is definitely much scarier than Akuma.
Akuma needs rage and 2 bars to be that scary. Geese needs 1. And that dude has
1 bar and doesn't even need rage.
Facts. And he has everything AJ was just talking about. He has the space control. He has great tracking moves that are nice and safe. One that's high, one that's mid. His combos are super solid. His wall pressure is good. He's got a throw game. And then, like I said, the 2D mechanic. So I think he's 3rd. I definitely think he's 3rd. 4th, I'll say Akuma. Like in at least a Pakistani Akuma, I'll specify that, a Pakistani Akuma, because if it's just Akuma as a character, I honestly think he would be like right outside of top 5. But the way that the Pakistani optimize him, I definitely think he's top 5, like number 4 or something like that. And then number 5 is where I like, kind of like with AJ, like is where it gets kind of iffy. Number 5, I might. It's a toss-up between 3 characters: Julia, Zafina, Steve. Steve, obviously, because he's a counter hit monster, and he has F all of them, Devil Jim.
Nasty.
He has the number 1 space control tool in the game, a freaking electric. So,
yeah. And
then he has great tracking.
Yeah, I'm curious about Mishima.
Right, all that. And then right behind that, and I'll add this in for free, a bonus character, Kazuya. Kazuya is dang near top 5 character.
He's pretty strong. Yeah, I can get jiggy with that. Yeah, but we've seen, I guess, from update to update, characters being top 5 and then them not losing nothing. Just other people just keep gaining stuff, like Leroy and Falcon Realm. And Julia came out pretty strong, didn't she? She haven't had any changes, has she? So yeah. So Jen was OP when the Tekken first came out, and then we just started coming out with new stuff and start giving people stuff. Steve too, and then we got Falcon Realm, Leroy, and Akuma. So Yeah, that makes complete sense for all of them to consistently be top 10 at least.
I think Steve only got nerfed like twice.
He's got nerfed a few times.
Oh.
Steve's
Yeah,
got touched quite a bit, especially since season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, after they buffed him season 2, and then everybody started playing Steve, and so they just toned him down like quite a bit. I mean, he's still good, obviously.
Yeah,
He's literally the master of counter hits.
Well, that brings me to unless we're still talking about this topic.
Oh, we
that
can move
brings
right
me-
along. Go ahead, throw me something.
Yeah, that brings me to something that I want to talk about. Okay, so I think, and I'm sure Aaron has, since he's been watching Wave Dash, he's probably heard this. I believe what Tekken 7 needs right now is a Tekken 5 to Tekken 5 DR situation. So Tekken 5 niggas was super broke. Like, I mean, y'all would probably know better than me. I didn't play Tekken 5. I'm taking the word of people at this point. Tekken 5 DR, they, instead of, everyone's just like, don't nerf people, buff the low tiers, right? That's what everyone says. But right now, we have people literally like touching you, like you get launched once and you are carried from wall to wall, Oki at the wall, dead that quickly. Like literally, oh, you playing neutral, you doing so? Oh, we got little pokes in. Someone sidesteps something. Launch. All right, time to start thinking about the next round. It's almost like a damn Marvel 3 game, bro. It's
Not wrong.
It's almost like Marvel 3. Like you get launched, carried. I mean, it is not even.
Wow.
I would say carried wall to wall depending on the character, but that really don't matter anymore. Just about
everybody can.
That's one thing I don't like.
every character about to treat you like it's a freaking Usher video. Go take it from ball to ball.
Nasty.
Like,
See, that's one thing I super don't like. I don't like the fact
Eric,
that
we gonna get to that too. I want to talk about that too.
Fine.
So, yeah, no, I'm we gonna talk about all that. And so I think, what do y'all think? Do y'all think like what Tekken needs is that do we need to like buff people, or do we need to start like cutting things off at the top? What do y'all think?
I think we need to lab more.
Oh, nasty.
Okay.
What you say, Qhub?
Check me out.
Hell no.
Check me out.
He said-
No, listen,
Go ahead,
listen.
go ahead and finish. Hey,
There's-
get your round off.
The thing is, there's a lot of characters that have been nerfed very quickly. Like somebody wins a tournament with a character, nerf hammer immediately, like fast. Like, yeah, Panda got nerfed. Panda,
Oh, Panda got nerfed. That's trash.
because
trash.
Panda won a TWT. What? Everybody knows Panda is trash, but Panda got nerfed. Okay, because that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just you don't know the matchup, or it could be, and I actually do believe this, that Panda has a good matchup against Devil Jin, because Hell Sweep is hard to use against that character. So like, there's very specific things, and a lot of characters end up getting nerfed just because they win. Like, not because they actually needed it, but because they were played in the right situation and somebody knew the matchup very well and made it look like the character was kind of broke or really good. So like, I feel like there's a lot of more labbing that needs to be.
He said, Take said sound like some ride game shit. My bad.
Nasty. He right. He low-key right. But yeah, like a lot more labbing needs to be done first. But if I had to pick nerf or buff, I'd say nerf first, because you have to. The thing about buffing characters is you can buff a character, like when we've seen this with Riot games all the time. You can buff a character and it still not do a goddamn thing. Like, if it's not the right thing that needed to be buffed, it's not gonna matter. But if I nerf that one specific thing that actually needs to be nerfed, it could fix everything. But if I give a character like a million buffs That don't mean nothing. Then I buff the one thing that makes everything else you just did go into overhaul, like they did with Steve and Tekken. Then he becomes an insanely powerful character because you have all these other buffs that didn't really mean much and combined it with the one buff that he actually needed. And it's like, well, now because of that one buff, these other buffs now come into effect. And then like the whole situation of buffing and nerfing, it's like, if I buff these other characters, it's still not gonna mean much if I don't bring these other characters down just a little bit, right? Because like let's say we still had, I'm gonna be drastic. Let's say we had beta Akuma, like Akuma that could kill you without using bar. Like if they didn't bring that ninja down and just let's say every character got buffed, wouldn't matter. I can still kill you with one combo. Like it doesn't change anything. Like you're still dying in one combo, so he has to be brought down first. So like it really just has to be a good combination of both things.
Mm-hmm.
What you think, Tank?
I just want to say that this episode of Technical Talks is brought to you by water. Water. Drink it.
Oh man.
Yeah. What we got?
I'll give you
what
something.
are we talking about?
Yeah.
Oh,
First
nerfs and
Oh.
buffs. Yeah.
Buffs and buffs. First off, for you simple-minded motherfuckers out there, that's said, if everybody was to have a stack of dominoes stacked up perfect like this, right? And you had if you had one person in the roster that had one higher domino than everybody else, then you want to buff another character to bring him up to that one. But the thing is, you start stacking up dominoes up this freaking higher than everybody else. But then you stack that one domino. Then you stack that one domino that he actually needed, right? Well, then everything about that freaking domino stack is stupid. So you got to bring what's going on then? Anyway,
I'm not sure what he just said.
I think he mean.
What are you talking about? He literally, I know exactly what he's talking about. He's talking about power creep. That's exactly what he just said. He may not have meant it. I don't know if he did.
Right.
Because he played GTA. But he just perfectly described power creep, in my opinion, which is what Tekken and unfortunately a lot of these games that keep getting updated keep doing. They're like, oh, you keep bringing us all this extra stuff. I mean, power creep is what got us Leroy and fucking Ron on release. That's what happened, because you can't release these characters weaker than the cast. Like, if they're weaker, then I mean, who cares? I mean, and then you can say whatever you want. These people are businesses; they want to make money, right?
Yeah.
Leroy, we kind of saw a little bit of a shady business thing with them, because they released him, right, and then on his release, a couple of days later, it came out that they already had a list of nerfs for him, like literally when he released. So it's like they knew they were releasing a strong character.
Yeah.
And so. And with all these seasons that keep going, what are we doing? We keep buffing, and now all these characters, the bar was here, right? And now the average is up here with everyone carrying you, like I said again, like a freaking Usher song from wall to wall, and everyone's doing 70 damage combos.
Wait, isn't that a Chris Brown song?
Oh, it is a Chris Brown song. But whatever. Usher has one of his other ones too. It doesn't matter. The one I specifically said was a Chris Brown song. Thank you, though. So now I can say like a Chris Brown song from wall to wall. There you go. But anyway, yeah, man. That's another deal. But anyway, I've been talking too long. Somebody else.
I feel personally.
Hey man, Tank, that would have been real cool if you landed that flip, brother.
Tank, stop getting folded. You was getting folded for honor too. I saw that.
Let's see. I feel if the dev teams pay more attention to the lower tier characters, and figured out what they need to buff to make their niche pick, like what does that character want to do, and make that better, versus just like, I think with Eliza, they had buffed and gave her just like some random ass wall carry now. Like now she can, like you said, carry your ass from wall to wall. Like she didn't necessarily needed that. She needed something else. Like
She could already do that.
So they just made it better. You know what they
Just made
did?
it
They gave
better.
her another domino, big fella.
But then they
Facts.
made it so everybody else could do it too. So now what the frick's the point of playing Eliza?
So I just feel like, cause like with Epic 7, that's a phone game that I play. Shout out. They don't necessarily nerf characters. They nerfed a few back in the day, but they get to a specific point what their character wants to do. They buff that, and then they just leave the motherfucker alone. Go about their day. The motherfucker just normal. He normal. If he want to be strong, he can be strong. But you just got to figure out what that character wants to do, make that better, or make it to a certain point, and then just leave it alone. And make the person who wants to play that character do good with them.
Fact. Panda.
Shout out to Panda.
Yeah, I guess it depends. Man, I get with any of these topics, it would depend. It depends on you got the fighting game community, you got what Harada wants to do, you got what the professionals want. There's so much. Yeah, like with the Leroy thing, they already knew he was broken off rip, so I guess they already had nerfs ready. So, man, that's tough. If I had to choose between one, gun to my head, I'd probably choose nerfs first. But yeah, it probably just depends on the character and what the characters have, man, honestly. But yeah, I'll probably start with nerfs though, with broken moves and see.
You gotta start with nerfs. Because if you start buffing, then everything gonna be too fucking
You can say
strong.
that, but what about who are the worst? Who we talked about the top five characters. Who are the bottom 5 characters in Tekken?
Lars Bears, Gigas.
That boy gig ass.
You said Lars?
Lars,
That boy
Bears,
Gigabyte.
Gigas,
Lars that.
and Anna.
Yeah, so, and I still see I still see some Lars. I see Anna every now and then.
But that's what I'm saying. Like Lars is controversial. The Koreans say he's bad, but a lot of people still play him.
Yeah, so
And they
I
have
guess
some-
That might
Yeah,
have some
that's
nostalgia
what
value though. Like people just genuinely
That's
like
true.
to play Lars.
Yeah.
And he's hard to deal with if you just have never fought a Lars before and don't realize what is punishable
so-
or not.
So
So
yeah,
with-
Nerfs is probably better.
With Lars, you would want
Right.
to see what he needs versus just buffing something random. Like when he got that random 10 frames punish that did like 45 damage. That boy was mean. That boy Aaron was geeking.
Noobs.
Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? That 10 frame punish that
It
did
was
like
12
25
frame.
damage. 12 frame, yeah, 10 frame punish that did 45 damage. Like, come on, man, y'all knew.
It was like 4-2-1 silent entry
Yes. Like, come on,
something
man.
ridiculous that should not have
Y'all knew.
worked as a natural combo.
Y'all knew that shit wasn't gonna fly.
So,
And
But,
Katarina
like-
had a forward 2-4, which jailed, and then if she hits you, she got a combo auto tailspin. But then they changed it so you could duck after the first hit.
Yeah, I just feel like they just need to look harder at their characters more before they going around just giving buffs.
And then
'Cause
you
I
got
don't-
the issue of representation.
yeah.
Because like
Yeah,
you
there's a
said,
bunch
Lars is a buff away from being top tier.
Facts.
But
Yeah, not
he's-
Right, all these buffs sound good, but really don't do much. But
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
they
you're right
give
about
him
that.
that one buff,
I'm a buff.
that
Yeah.
one buff, oh my god, Lars is top 5.
Fact. Quick.
Akuma counter,
Quick.
inbound.
Facts. Make it to where Lars can bound now. Like, what the fuck? He can bound the intel, man.
Bound and tailspin. Oh no!
But he do less damage, but he can bound the tailspin.
Boy, take over here doing games.
I know it's take over here throwing the game.
I hate this dude.
But yeah, man.
Nerf buffs, man. It really is a hard subject because
it all depends on the character.
It's not everything at 100%, or it can't be across the board. It really depends on.
I'm not saying nerfs. Well, no, I was about to say I'm not saying nerfs across the board. No, I want nerfs across the board, and here's why.
Damn.
I'll tell you exactly why. There's too much damage being thrown around, and there's too much wall carry.
I do need a damage reduction.
Way,
my goodness. I'm not mad.
Too much damage, and this is on all accounts. Almost all characters are doing.
Every character on that hoe. Yeah, you ain't lying.
Hey man, fuck
characters
you.
are also doing wall carry too, bro. Like wall carry, and here's why. Lee's big thing, right? He was the wall carry. He was the wall carry champ. If you have the execution, you could carry people.
Him and Nina.
Carry people from almost any place on stage to the wall.
Back to the butterflies.
Now every character is doing that.
Man, but
way easier than him.
Tekken 7 caters now though. Tekken caters now.
Let me
like.
Go ahead.
No, I was they cater to the public now. Like, we want it to be easier. We want you to do this. We want everybody to be broken. We want you to come. So we're just gonna. Order for you to come.
Wait. That's another topic. That's another subject.
Okay, but that's to the wall carry thing. Like, I super agree. Like, when you pick Lee, it was you wanted to do that misstep. You wanted to, and Nina too. Even Eddie, Bruce back in tag. Wall to wall was one of their personal things, but now you have everyone doing it. But Tekken said that's what Tekken 7 does now, man. They want everybody to have everything. The floor guarantees, the wall damage, and all that.
Which I don't feel like it's necessary.
Yeah, like the issue is because here's what they want. This is what they want. They want to make games faster. For spectators' sake and for time. That's really what they want. They want to make the games faster. That's why they're upping the damage and upping the wall carry and stuff. But
that's valid.
In doing that, they trade away what is actually special to some characters. Like characters like Paul and Brian have been known for their damage for years. But now, what's it look like when freaking Nina can dang near pull out the same level of damage? When freaking if they put Anna in the game, Anna has so many bad moves, and she just has damage in 50-50s. How many characters? Dang near 75% of the cast has everything she has and better and is safer. So like her damage isn't even special anymore. Like her mix that she could just get kills on you isn't even special anymore. There's no point in using her. Or like the difference between playing Zhao Yu and actually playing the Bears, right? Like those differences are getting taken away because stuff like damage, stuff like wall carry, like their uniqueness is just fading. So it's like it kind of ruins the effect of playing a character you like to use.
Yeah, it probably takes some getting used to because I guess we're in the phase between now where we're coming from where Tekken didn't have supers and all that, and we're still adjusting to it. Obviously, since we're people, when I say we, fighting game community is complaining about Tekken, so I think at some point we'll eventually accept. If we get Tekken 8, 9, Tag 3, or whatever, we will have accepted the BS that we deal now and probably be complaining about some other bullshit. I think we still.
Yeah, I'm not gonna I can tell you that right now. I'm not gonna accept it.
Ninjas over here are like,
you probably won't, but once the fighting game community does, it won't be a topic that people will discuss as much, I think.
Well, people are saying right now, they're saying, man, I'm just glad that Kuba, Eliza, and all these 2D characters and supers ain't gonna be.
Bro, they gonna fight.
Rude Awakening. Guess what?
Ooh, that's gonna be crazy. They're gonna get substituted. Because they complain about Tag 2. So I'm sure they'll find something to complain about in Tekken 8.
That's something I find real funny, right? They during Tekken 7 a year ago, everyone was talking about how like Tekken Tag almost killed the game and all this stuff. Now with all these people going back to Tekken Tag, they're going back to Tekken 5. Like
All these games that were
honestly,
supposed to
I haven't heard
outline.
anybody say they're going back to Tekken 6, but I've heard.
And they sure ain't going back to Tekken 4.
Yeah, it's real funny. That's something real funny I'm finding in the Tekken community, but that's
Fact.
I'll leave them alone on that one.
Yeah, fact.
Let 'em
Tekken Tag 2 didn't get updates, did it?
Nope.
It got
So
one.
as far as frames and all that, it got one.
No.
I thought it did get one update.
It got
Remember,
an update, but it
characters or
wasn't for
something?
like frames and it was
Yeah,
just to get
so-
the characters
Oh.
for free.
So
Yeah,
Tekken 7
yeah.
is the first. So Tekken 7 is the first Tekken for updates and all that.
Hmm.
So if Tekken 7
Is it
came
really?
out with no,
Yeah.
First game to get updates.
First
and that doesn't even. I don't even think
Well, I
that doesn't get
Tekken
shine like
Tekken 6 didn't get. I feel like there had to have been some balance patches.
Maybe shadow, maybe
No.
Well,
maybe
you
a
gotta
shadow,
realize-
a shadow patch, maybe.
Yeah,
But
Tekken.
something as far as like what they're doing with Tekken 7, I don't think so, man.
Because
I haven't always
because
been.
Tag 2 was on PS3. It didn't really get.
Yeah,
It wasn't that. Because you got to remember too, Tekken wasn't really that popular when it got down the
Yeah.
line. Like it was more popular back in like Tekken 1, 2, and 3 and stuff like that. But as far as to my knowledge, there were no balance patches.
yeah,
when
patch
it
me
came
too.
to Tekken
When did Street Fighter start doing patches?
4.
Or that was how many minutes ago. But Street Fighter always been jumping. But
And
yeah,
they
but
did
that
that
doesn't
was
mean.
like whole games. It was Street Fighter, Super Street Fighter 4.
Oh yeah, whenever they
Super
Fighter
Street
did
Fighter
get
4
updates.
Arcade Edition.
whenever they did the arcade edition, Super Street Fighter 4 and all that, they changed frames and all that, and added moves and all that in between the games.
Yeah, they
in
they
between
changed
versions, I
frames
guess.
and stuff.
Okay.
Because like
But yeah,
vanilla
so yeah,
Street
so-
Fighter 4 Sagat was broken.
That's definitely viable. But yeah, but we the people don't even speak about that. Or did not. As far as Tekken 7 being like one of the first Tekken to get. Yeah,
It really is. That's crazy.
that's iconic as heck. Like it's crazy for them to actually go in there and change moves. But think about Tekken 7 if they didn't do patches and like we were stuck with vanilla Tekken 7 or just the basic Tekken 7. Like that'd be
Or
crazy.
talking like basic Tekken 6.
Yes.
Whoa.
Like what world we would be in, what Tekken world we would be in if Tekken 7 didn't
Well,
get.
I think
know what?
patches are a double-edged sword.
Yeah,
And they
facts.
always
Definitely
have
agree.
because you have games that, and it's actually a reason why I'm going back to Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle now, is because I mean, as far as the dev cycle for that game is basically dead. So the game is what it is, right? You can complain about it, but the game is what it is. If you gonna play it, then I mean
Yeah.
you're gonna have to deal with what's in it. And so you can't be how we are in Tekken 7 right now. Like we were just discussing nerfs and buffs and all that stuff. But if it ain't getting updated,
Facts. You ain't got no choice. Once you, I guess, yeah, like you said, double-edged sword. Once you, I guess, in the game that doesn't get patches, once you do find a way to deal with something, you know how to deal with it. Versus like when something is balanced, you have things are constantly changing. You have to find certain ways to deal with stuff. So yeah, I definitely agree. It's a double-edged sword with both. But it's crazy that people are going back and playing each other ones. After complaining about it a lot.
So
But yeah, that's crazy.
let's go back to something Qhub mentioned a little bit earlier. Does the supers and the power crushes and the rage drives, specifically those things, do those things make Tekken easier? Does it make it easier, like straight up, or like? Which
Man,
You
I
talking
think
about
Tank
like
should
rate?
take this
It's
one
like
first.
oh,
You said what? What was the question?
all
Do
the stuff that they can
supers-
add it.
Yeah. Does the new stuff that Tekken
Talking
added
about the
actually?
armor, the rage drives, the rage arts. Those.
Yes.
Does it make it better?
Does it make it easier?
Yes.
Why?
It makes it easier approachable because or not easier and approachable, but more for a newer audience to come in because they have things that are naturally safe and that unexperienced Tekken players aren't going to have a way to counter against. You know how many low elo? Nah, I'm gonna say low elo people panic rage art. They spam armor moves. If you don't know what you're doing, then you gonna get free dubs. If you fighting a person, you gonna get free dubs off spamming panic rage arts and armor moves. But I'm not gonna. Now, once it gets out of the lower elo ranks, you're gonna get smacked. Like, you spam armor moves, you're gonna get hit in the mouth. Like, if you panic rage art, you're gonna look dumb whiffing that bug and getting hit. So I say, yeah, makes it easier for only the low elo players.
Man, I don't even. Man, that's tough, man.
Other than that,
what's low elo?
low,
I get
stuck in
Warrior
Dan,
and below.
warrior. Yeah,
Below yellow, below
Bro,
first
that's
yellow
tough.
rank.
Cause
Yeah,
I guess
say,
using a Tekken system, ranking system is the best thing we have for to get the whole spectrum of Tekken players. Man, but even you can still catch a dude higher than that with a freaking rage who wants to apply pressure, man.
sound like you need to get better.
That's
Cause
you
see,
can say that to everything. That's so freaking general. It's so general. It really doesn't apply.
Cause see,
Man.
I would say, cause I've told Kobe this too. I don't think it necessarily makes it easier. I just think you have to be more. You have to think more. Like, even at the lower levels of play, and catching people with wake up supers,
People who don't think.
yeah, like I feel like even at that level they would use something else, right? Like, for example, when, like, you know back in the game room, when we were terrible at Tekken, we got scrubbed up by the dudes that just played Eddie and Christie all the time. Like, we got hard scrubbed. Then we started playing against each other. We started learning how to play the game, and then the notice got freed up. Like, it was easy once we figured out what we were doing at the game. So I feel like at the lowest level of play, or down there, like, it's really not gonna matter what they have. They're gonna find a way to cheese regardless.
Fact.
But it's not gonna work against better players who already know how to deal with the cheese.
Easier. Is that a
sound
good
like a
enough
smarter version of
word?
what I said.
Man. Nobody else can go. If they want.
It's hard for me. You
go
go
ahead,
first.
H. No, go ahead, H. I've been talking a lot, bro. I want to hear from you,
Gotcha.
brother.
Yeah, shut your ass up. But I got him.
I need admin control right now. I'm moving the
Alright,
I need to know where your grandma stay, where your
daddy
mama stay, or where your daddy stay.
Oh man, but yeah, man.
Before I snatch you out that.
Super's making the game easier for me personally. No, I never thought about that making it easier. I thought other stuff they did made the game easier. I just thought it was a ploy to bring people in. I think it was just like a cute little add-on to the Tekken gameplay as a whole.
Whoa.
But
yeah, man,
I
most
think
of the
other
rate drops are the
stuff-
same anyway.
Yeah, I think other stuff made the game easier, but not that.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I think we can all agree that Tekken is definitely easier now. But I don't think that those specific things in the Power Crush and the Rage Art and the Rage Trap, I don't think those things just inherently made it easy. Because people talk about, oh, you can wake up super. You can do that in Street Fighter 2. You know what they do? Block. You know what happens after they block? They punish you.
You're dead. You're dead now.
Because to use the Rage Art, you have to be basically dead anyway. So guess what happens if I block your Rage Art? You die.
Man. I'm still stuck. Cause one thing that's easier for someone, the exact opposite also applies for Tekken. If it's easy for someone to get off, if adding all this crap makes it easy for someone, I mean, it's going to be harder for someone else to deal with it. And unfortunately, I'm on the harder side because I apply pressure or have applied pressure in Tekken. But now when I apply pressure, you know what happens? Someone hits me with a super. I get armor. That's crazy. I hit you and you just hit it. So you said what? A
You get DP.
yeah, DP for freaking Akuma. I have to adjust. And then you have people who play for different reasons. I guess you can find different ways if you want to just go loud, and you can go loud. But is it easier? Man, I still no. Is it easier to kill people?
Just easier in general.
Yeah.
Because think about it, because sometimes just doing the super does less damage. Actually, a lot of times just doing the super does less damage.
Yeah.
I feel like for Qhub, it depends on more of like the bar of player base you're talking to.
I would need a greater specification than just easier. I guess we would have to specify more. Now, who is it easier for? I think so. For me to give a better answer, big game, because supers they're harder for me to deal with. So I can't just automatically agree that it's easier, because for me it's not easier, because I don't really use supers. I use armor. I use armor a little bit. Her rank armor murders me, so it's harder for me. So for another dude, it's definitely easier for him to win. But for me, it's harder for me to fight her rank, because it has like two launcher armor moves that automatically help again. So out of a string, whenever I'm trying to interrupt the string, so it's harder for me. But harder for that harangue player. I would just need a better specification if you wanted one. But
yeah, because I feel
my
opinion though.
Let me see. Maybe
it's essentially how.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at, Big A. I'm really unsure.
Your uncertainty is low key an answer in and of itself.
Yeah.
Because if it's that difficult to answer,
it's definitely harder for me to deal with, because I'm a traditional, average, casual Tekken player. So I apply pressure. I try not to roll back from Tekken tag. So I do need to play more to it, just more to baiting out supers and finding out armors, but it's definitely harder for me.
Because from a traditional standpoint, we're used to rushing down somebody.
You can stand on top of somebody when they're on the ground, and you can stand in their face, and you can press one safe move. But you press a safe move on an armor move or a super, you about to hold this 80 damage from this super. So it's harder for me.
So like in that exact situation that you said, most people would be like, man, supers made the game easier because I can pressure somebody and then all of a sudden they can just toss out a panic super and I get hit. Would that be an example of it being easier?
What about in general, taking the fighting game community? I think
that's what I thought the question was in general.
In general, yeah. For most people, I think I would say adding super armors and stuff is easier.
Yeah.
But if two people are both fighting, and they both have something that's easy to beat each other with, then is the game easier in a sense if we both have equal amount of tools?
I wouldn't say.
Well, it would. Oh, hold on. Let me turn my camera back on because I'm about to talk. I'd say it would be more for skill level. I'd say if you put two people on the same skill level, if you put two people who are actually really good at the game and put them on the same skill level, it's not, if they're high elo and playing online and going through the motions of people panic rage arting or whatever, if you put those two people in the same thing in the same fight, it hasn't changed the game. It hasn't made the game easier for them because they're both been accustomed to people's panic rage arting, right? In a general skill level sense, if you put them just on the same level. But if you put a high level person against a low level person, a person who isn't experienced, who's they get that, they press that one button on their controller and it's a rage art, like. They don't even know how to input it against a high level person. It don't mean it. he gonna whiff it, right? But if you put too low level, it's gonna be who gonna panic rage art first. And since they're low level, they don't know, so they're just gonna run up in there, mash buttons, go on autopilot. So and then they're gonna hear, oh my god,
because even
panic rage art again, panic rage art.
Dell, because what's your highest rank on Tekken? A.
It was right. It was Raging.
And Dell has been up to Fusion, and even Dell complains about getting caught with BS like this. So obviously, I don't know what category as far as upper Tekken play like Tank was referring to, but even up to Fusion, even up to there, you still get panic rage dart. Like if you are trying to apply pressure, if they see you trying to apply pressure, then the person will use that. But
Wake Up Super works in every single elo. Wake Up Super works
the seriousness of his face, bro.
That's a
I'm saying. Exactly. So
that's a good point. So then you enter. Go ahead, Adrian.
No. I mean, that was all I was saying.
Yeah.
On that thing. That's just where it's applied. That's all it is. Is it whether a thing that happens all the time, or do you only pull it out like when you really think random super happens all the time? Like you can go to a tournament
every game,
and you in every single game.
That's every game that has a super.
Yeah,
there is.
I think
one in deep tag who
I think it does make it easier.
Literally known for just doing DPs or DP and everything is like a scrub tactic, right? Just make a wake up DPs a lot, and because the amount of respect that we give to these that top players give to each other, like, oh, he ain't gonna DP me here. DP.
Yeah. I think so. I mean, that pretty much. I think it is easier because I guess because you're low life, you're raging. I guess in old Tekken games, you would do a down forward too, basic launcher if you had a launcher, and then you will have to complete a juggle, but. As far as in Tekken 7, you can do this R1 super button map, and you don't have to worry about input. You don't have to worry about nothing else, and you can let him hold this 70, 75, 80 damage for free. Or you can finish off with a super and get even more damage. So I guess.
But here's the flip side. Would that not make it harder for the guy trying to apply pressure?
And that's where I was at first, but I think it is more easier for him to get off his stuff than the other side. I have to think about how to explain it, but I think like if I had two things and one was, is it harder for this guy or easier for this guy? I think it would be easier, harder. I think so. I think it's more easier for him to just, he applying this pressure, so boom, I'm about to hit this R1 versus, okay, he's about to hit the super. Let me just bait this out. So I think it's easier for Homeboy than it is for me down here to as far as Tekken 7 being easier. I think it's easier for him instead of harder for me. I think so.
I think because I haven't answered the question yet. So I think I'm not gonna say I think adding armor moves, rage arts. I'm not talking rage drives. Rage arts and armor moves, I think, did make the game easier. And the reason why is because it gives you a for sure button that you can press to get out a guaranteed amount of damage. So just like Kobe said, you press this button, you get X amount of damage for free. No execution required. That is easier in and of itself. Mm-hmm. And you get it whenever you. Now, I mean, Aaron, you did say that you get it whenever you're about to die. You just pay down and punish it. Well, I mean, yes, you do that in every game. And so that part that part just is what it is.
Yeah.
But as far as making it easier, making a comeback in past Tekken games was a lot more difficult because you just had to straight up outskill the guy. Like you just had to straight up be like, okay, I can't get hit. I've just got to straight up outplay him. I don't have anything that's going to give me a free a free 60, 70 damage for just pressing a button when it was like supposed to be his turn, right? And then armor moves kind of it did make it easier because you don't have to learn what's duckable, what you don't have to learn what you need to duck or what you need to step. You just press this armor move. Now, does it work in every situation? No.
Facts. Yeah.
So to just say it's like it just makes the game easy mode. I ain't saying that, but does it make it easier? Yes, I'd say definitely.
I can rock with it. I definitely can.
I could F with the supers in the fact that it gives you a no execution damage, but I would not say power crushes at all, just because it has clear counters to it, like clearly defined counters to it. But supers I could walk with.
That good anyway.
Yeah, some armor moves are just trash. And then you can just hit lows on the armor moves. Lows break armor.
Man,
grabs. You can get straight grabbed out of armor. But as far as the supers, I can F with it, calling it easier based off of that assumption and those facts. But
it's just hard for me to say armor moves too, just because like I said, it's like everybody's armor move is just not good. Like Panda's armor move is not gonna be as good as Negan's armor move. Like,
armor move is stupid.
We can get into some specifics. I mean, some have better armor moves. There's people who have better supers. I mean, that's just gonna happen. I'm talking
some
about
people
just mechanic in general. That's what I was speaking.
Yeah, facts.
Some people's armor moves are not cool.
Not cool.
shout out to the boy Negan.
Woo!
That boy might have that boy might have top 5 best armor in the game.
Alright. So I'm gonna go ahead on this. So while we're talking about kind of on the easy or difficult train,
are we gonna get to my favorite topic?
What is your favorite topic?
Go ahead,
accessibility? Is that your favorite topic? No. Well, technically. Kind of, sort of. I'm going to talk about the Mishimas specifically, more or less, because there's always a lot of talk. Pro players love to talk about how difficult it is to play Mishima characters. And I'm one of those people. I'm not a pro, but this is my opinion. Shut up, Tank. No, I am not signed by anybody. I have not been to an official. Shut up.
That boy Aaron first here. Damn.
Anyway, I'm a tournament player, not a pro. Anyway, there's a difference. But at my personal opinion, I'd say they're full of crap. I don't think that Mishimas are too hard to play in tournament. Like they say stuff like that. So, do you think there is such thing as a character that is too hard to play in tournament in Tekken, or at least play effectively?
I don't know about this one.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it depends on what aspect you're playing that character at.
But
in general,
example, in Tekken 7 specifically, is there a character like that?
Oh man, whew.
Because I personally,
if you're talking about,
here's what I personally think: the Pakistani with Akuma destroyed the barrier of difficulty because they're out here pulling off one-frame combos. Like I'm sure y'all have seen a few matches with like Super Akuma or a Wise Hani or a Teeth Butt, all these Akumas pulling off the red fireball combos. Those are one-frame combos. And then there are all the Brian mains consistently pulling off Tauntja upper. That is literally a one-frame combo. You have no room to mess up. And they're pulling it off time after time after time. So knowing that those two things are possible, do you think there is actually possible for there to be a character that is too hard to play in tournament?
Alrighty, this is where I'm gonna get you at. Okay. When it comes to all pro play games, it's a meta. We all know this. So when the meta calls you to play a certain way, that's when certain characters get pushed out the window. So for the most part, when it comes to meta in Tekken, it's I want to say right now is what does the Pakistans do? Because
Like
it used
how
to
they
be
play?
just how they play
Space control.
space control versus when the Korean used to do it.
It's space control and punishment versus Korean style is pretty much movement and with punishment specifically.
That was the meta for so long. So when you start putting certain characters in that category, you can't, under certain pressure, depending on that person, you can't always do that with X character with everybody. So that's why when Knee's talking about he can't play with Brian in tournament play, which I still think that's dumb as fuck. But when he say he can't do that, me personally, when he say he can't do that, I understand why, depending on that type of meta, what they're used to playing.
But see, but see, here's another thing. He said he can't do that, but Jimmy J Tran beat Arslan Ash playing Brian.
True.
Boa Love beat Arslan Ash. He was the only ninja that beat Arslan Ash playing broke Kazumi with Kazuya.
When these people speak,
What a boring character.
it's like whenever AJ leans in, these are my opinions. Like whatever. It's the same thing. Like just because Nee said he can't do this with Brian doesn't mean that you will never see a Brian in tournament. No, he's not saying that. He just means that it's too hard for him to do it. So it's easy for another person to come and pick up Brian and do it. But in general, I think there are, concerning the meta, like characters that you are not you can pick them, but you are about to sweat your balls off trying to win versus picking another character, like whenever Leroy or whenever Akuma was running, or whenever Kazuma was running, or whoever was running the meta or running the top 8 or whatever. There are some characters that if you pick them, like you're about to struggle, so it's going to cause people to say things like what Aaron is discussing, like, is it too hard for characters to be played in Tekken tournaments or high Tekken level play? I think so, especially considering people like the top 5 we named: Steve, Jin, Paul, Akuma, Leroy, Falcon Round. Whenever you have people spamming them, you're about to have to work your butt off trying to do it. But like we have a Panda who won, so that's a test to there's not. But in general, more times than not, you aren't about to see a lot of people, and we don't see a lot of people, I think, in high level Tekken play. We see a lot of the recycles, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I personally think people about to pick this battle and leave 30 characters alone just to try to win. I think so.
This boy did not just turn on Brawlhalla. I
He
almost
did,
got
I saw
on
that.
my what you call and said square up.
Hey, don't worry about it. I got that ninja.
How you know we fighting game players out here? We see a fighting game, square up. As far as is there a character in Tekken 7 that is too hard to play at a high level? Of course, I'm not a high level player myself, but from what I've seen, I don't think so. And I think a lot of these Tekken players, I think they over exaggerate how difficult Mishimas are. And the reason why I say that is because Mishimas in general have access to quite a bit. They usually have a little bit of everything. They have the space control, they have mix-ups, they have, most of them have a hell sweep. That's a dangerous load just on their own, right? Of course, you don't have Heihachi doesn't have one, but he has down back. Isn't it down back too?
Yeah.
It's Bigelow.
That little trash.
I mean, it's trash, yeah, but I mean,
It works,
it's
though.
going,
People
it's
still
going to
get
hit
hit.
people. Yeah, people still get hit by it. It's still a load
Right.
that you have to watch out for just by Heihachi being on the screen. So, now I think that what they're saying that it's too hard to play. I don't think so. Now, can you say that you could do what a Mishima? You can do some of the same things a Mishima does, but easier with another character. That I would be willing to say, okay, probably, because why do I need to deal with the execution barrier of when I can just play Leroy? I can just play fuck him wrong. Now, one of those characters who is hard to play, but is you see at high level, is Steve. Steve is not an easy character to play. He has a couple different stances, and with him being a counter hit based character,
hard. I would think hard can include execution, but hard I think would be bad frames. I think Gigas, like the bottom 5 people, I think whenever I thought about hard wasn't necessarily difficulty of execution, but difficulty of you about to do this move this low and you can get 35 damage, but this whole about to be like some of Analo's with them hoes launch punishable.
The characters who have to work much harder than some other ones. I think obviously, that's how tiers happen. No. I agree with you on that. For sure.
Yeah,
I agree with you on that for sure.
But high execution. Yeah, we still see some of those like Steve, who is a very good player. But like the bottom 5, like I don't think I've ever like high Gigas play. Eliza, is she? Do we have any like high?
We've
seen
Eliza
play.
The only people.
Yeah, go ahead, H.
You can go.
I think you know.
The only people you really see that's low tier that do get played is Gigas when they first started on occasion. Gigas was getting played a lot, and Panda really, but that's really it.
Like Chanel, like there was in the very first Evo that I saw for Tekken 7 when the game actually came out for console. There was Suiken, who was an Elisa player, and then there was also Chanel would play Elisa on and off, like every now and then. But I really don't see any more players than that. Yeah, and even then, they started to try to call that character like a lot higher tier than she actually is.
I feel on that. And then
people say different things about her.
A lot of this, even a lot of what they say, has to be taken with a grain of salt because gameplay, you have so many factors that can change an opinion. Like someone losing, and that may not have anything to do with the character. You just may have just got bodied that day. Just
you just
your gameplay. So you
may just be garbage.
You just
they'll lose a match because they didn't do a specific low, and all of a sudden, this character's trash. Throw them down there in the bottom tier when it's not the case. Or a person will win, like with Akuma, and then they'll say,
like what happened with Akuma when the game first came out. All of season 1. Akuma was trash for all of season 1. By the way, me said it. Me said it.
All of season 1
was trash. All of season 1, Akuma was trash, and then
Super Akuma won that tournament, and then a Wise Hani beat his ass.
So
with a stick that was not his, mind you, with a stick that was not his from losers.
So
I give me
this. And then all of a sudden it was, wait a minute.
Akuma
cut.
I will give me this. He did technically said if someone can play Akuma right, he will be strong. But that was it.
No, okay.
You know where Akuma was at in his tier list? B.
At the bottom. Oh, B? I'm shocked he wasn't at the bottom.
But I do think, back to the deal, that there are some ninjas that you're just not about to see in top 8.
Facts.
I mean, of course, that's where tiers come from. You're just not going to see them outside of the.
Yeah.
When you do, it's like a standalone. Like you have you have that one panda. That don't mean panda's broken. That just means that character, that person got it to work.
They don't know the matchup.
Facts.
Facts.
That's
They
all.
don't fight
Well,
a lot
I
of good
think
pandas.
I think I take that into the matchup as much as people use writers as in anime as an excuse. I don't know if I just accept that.
They just be on some smug ish to be like, if I lose, it was a bad matchup.
It's just a bad matchup.
It's just a bad matchup. And
I feel like
sometimes low tiers have good matchups against high tiers.
Yeah, I
like,
think I
But it's
definitely-
only against that one.
yeah,
high
but it's
tier
against that
usually.
one character, right? Yeah, it's
But
not a
because it was
tournament
against
character.
that
it's
one
a counter
character, better nerf him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, remember now the panda's the hard counter to Akuma.
Oh,
I was like, I
whoa,
guess.
whoa. Akuma dumpsters Panda.
Shoot, that's what them niggas was saying. They was like, man, yeah, Panda could just, he could just jab him out the air and he's just hard counter. I was like, I guess. I said, y'all just geeking.
Lock that nigga
y'all
up.
Y'all geeking now.
But yeah, man, like, cause I've been talking about this particular topic with a few folks. Like, I think it was Kobe. We were talking about. I told him how he just needs to play Kazuya because I know he has a really good Kazuya against like Arslan Ash. I feel like he could have beaten Arslan Ash a lot sooner than waiting until Kazumi got basically nerfed into the ground. But like he chose not to play him because difficulty in tournament, consistency issues and whatnot. Like JDCR, we were talking about that too, about how he just needs to stop bullshitting and play Heihachi. Just buckle down and play this dude. Because like even if you look at Kudans is playing Devil Jin. He's a Mishima and he's supposed to be hard, but Kudans is still slapping people with the character. So like, I mean, I feel like there's not really a character that's not necessarily, I guess not necessarily too hard, but too high of execution, I guess is the better way to say it, to play in tournament. I feel like if you just lab enough and put the work in, then it should be fine enough. Because even if you talk about Mishimas especially, a lot of the things that they do don't even necessarily require them to be electrics anymore. Like if you whiff in front of their face, whether it's an electric or a wind god fist, you're still getting launched. Like it's not gonna change nothing. But like, I mean, yeah, go ahead.
I said, if motherfuckers playing Brian in tournament pros and doing that top jab and upper, ain't nobody too hard. That's probably the hardest move in the game.
Now you could argue some crouch cancel electrics and stuff like that, but in some cases those aren't really necessary. Those are like very situational. So I mean, you know, and it's still stuff you can lab out, right? We all know electric is a just frame move, right? You have to hit down, forward, into at the same time to hit the electric. But there's so many other games that have the same thing, and nobody ever talks about this is the hardest character in the game where they're too hard to play. Like everybody, there are other games that have this, and it's not nearly as hard. Nobody complains that much about how difficult they are, and it's like Tekken's like the only one that they actually say stuff like that in. So I feel like it's super interesting on that note.
I mean, it's because Tekken people love to exaggerate how hard their game is.
You know we
Facts.
uppity, fam.
Yeah, facts.
I'm just saying, no, like for real, that's something that, and I'm honestly quite sick of the Tekken community, like acting like they have the only game with a mechanic that is somewhat difficult for people new to the game to comprehend. But it's like Tekken players are just like, oh, the game. It's kind of like the Guilty Gear issue, where people are just like, everyone's talking about how hard the game is, but then you go and play it. And I'm not going to say that Tekken is an easy game. That's a lie. And I'm not stupid enough or naive enough to say that. But is it like, oh my God, so freaking difficult? I don't even understand how I would be able to. No, it's not. It's a freaking. If you want to learn a game, any fighting game or any, you know what? I'm going to take it to life. If you want to learn anything, if you really want to learn it, you're going to sit down and learn it. It comes to music playing. I can play like 4 or 5 different instruments because I wanted to. If I want to learn Tekken, I'm going to learn Tekken. It doesn't matter how hard it is. Music has a literally no cap. It is an unreachable, like, it's freaking, the freaking ceiling is popped off. You can go as high as you want to. Tekken, what's good about Tekken is that it's almost the same way. You can go as high as you want. You can put as much time into Tekken, and you will literally only get results. There's hardly any diminishing returns on the amount of time you put into Tekken. Now, is it super duper difficult, like to where you're never gonna understand it? It's not. It's really not.
It's a mainstream fighting game.
Facts.
Especially
show you.
Especially if we're talking about Tekken 7, like, nah, it's not that difficult. Like,
I definitely agree.
You is right. It is Tekken 7. You know that whole dumb easy.
I ain't gonna say it's dumb easy. Now, see, that's what I was just talking about. I'm not gonna say that.
See, Raw, you trying to get
harder than Tekken Tag 2.
Facts.
Oh man,
Tekken Tag 2, stupid easy. I could button mash and get a half health combo off.
Low key. Look at Mike Cole, Bob. You know he waved.
Yeah, bro, he's old, dog. He ready to learn on the mother.
That boy said Lars can wave dash.
Boy, that smooth killed.
Hey man, Lars does have a wave dash. 4-3-4, 4-3-4.
damn.
Oh man.
What's that?
Real one.
What's that?
But yeah.
Okay. So I'll take it this way. So we know there are a ton of characters in this game. Do we need a smaller roster?
Hell yes.
Hell no.
Heck no.
Hell yes.
No.
You want a smaller roster?
Okay, that's cool. I got that nigga.
I want a smaller roster in every game.
Why?
Y'all aren't even
Why?
ready to be for how conservative I am. Y'all, bro, I might as well be a freaking redneck when it comes to roster size, bro.
Man,
I am super conservative.
Let me cut my place. I want to hear this.
No black hair.
And here's why.
Tell me.
The reason why we have all this broken mess is because there's too many characters in the first place, especially when it comes to Tekken. We have too many characters and too many damn moves on these characters. Okay? There's 50 characters in Tekken 7 right now?
Yeah. Something like that.
50 characters. We are reaching Smash Brothers levels of roster sizes here.
He did say we wasn't going to have a lot of characters at the beginning.
And people are surprised that things are broken and going under the radar?
We got to it's good for all of these topics to establish, a medium. No,
fuck all that. No,
we have to. AJ, we have to.
No. I want to hear definitively in your answers. Yeah. I do not want none of
AJ,
that.
It's almost like
no, Chief. I want you to put your whole life behind your answer.
I don't ever. That be the death of me. It's almost like the lab thing that y'all bring up, man. Y'all know a casual ninja ain't about to lab a person. So
hell no.
To a casual ninja looking at that roster, it's like, man, there are so many characters.
So many.
Yeah,
so we got the aspect. We have so many characters that it's too much stuff to learn. Basically, big dog AJ.
I agree.
But we also have the side where we have there's like the casual thing. The weeaboo, we have so many characters on here. This is awesome. So many choices and so many characters that bring in people and get sales. So we have two different sides. And I don't know which side.
I know both sides, and I don't care about the other one. Oh, I know both sides. I know there's two sides. I don't care.
But to the general people, man, one side may be more heavier than the other, and obviously it's the side that brings in the money that explains the Smash size roster that we get, and probably getting more characters on that. I feel you. I'm a casual, and I ain't about to lab all these ninjas, so I'll just get scrubbed out. That's fine with me.
I'm a DP.
Just as long as I can keep getting. Man, that DP ain't gonna care. You pass whatever rank you is, ninja.
They got me up here.
But we talk about past that, ninja. But yeah,
You
you are gonna DP until it stop working.
Oh,
But yeah,
And you know what's gonna happen?
But yeah,
I'm gonna do it again.
Hey man,
Oh,
treat
yeah,
you like
man.
that throw. Wait, you broke my throw now. Come here again.
But yeah, I feel you, AJ. I definitely like having a lot of people, even though I only play one ninja, which is crazy because I don't dance around a lot.
You ain't alone. You ain't alone.
But, but yeah, I like seeing new characters. I like seeing new moves. I like seeing all that personally. So for me, I can rock with a lot of people.
Now I will agree. It gets to a point where there's too many characters, and there's literally just duplicates of other characters.
I can get down with that, and that was gonna be one of my points too. Duplicates.
No,
Anna,
what
Nina.
Ace said.
Oh, what
I
I
said echo characters.
Well,
Yeah,
see,
Echo fighters.
Here's the difference
Echo
though with
fighters.
Smash. In Smash, you have at most 20 moves. At most. And that's reaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And Tekken, you have 60
50
plus moves.
Fact. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thing that sucks.
Learn
And that goes back to what
To learn the whole move list.
Facts. You got more moves than the Bible got
That-
Psalms.
that goes back to what AJ was saying is we have a lot of redundant moves in Tekken.
Not even a redundant. You just have dead moves. You're like, what the fuck is this even for?
Facts. His move is trash. Take it
Yeah.
out the game.
Hey fam,
But,
sometimes I need that down for
I
to
don't need
stop a
this
nigga
trap
from
card
attacking
button.
me.
Get it out of here.
Bro, ain't nobody talk about the generic down 4 that everybody want every character to have. Get out of here with that generic bullshit.
You don't think that everybody should have the same basic moves, AJ?
Hell no.
Why is that?
Because I want my character to be unique.
Well, what about-
if I wanted to play if I wanted a character that had that down 4, I would play that character.
What about Street Fighter doesn't have a lot of the same moves?
Nope.
Hell no.
Everybody's
It has moves that
different.
are of similar uses. Now you can go to like the Shotos and say like, oh, well, they all have the same down medium puncher. They all have the same low forward.
Yeah, that's what, like.
Yes, those moves are similar, but they have different ranges, and those characters use them differently. Like Ken's low forward cannot be used the same way that Ryu's low forward can, because if you do, you're gonna get bodied.
Shit.
Why is that? What's the difference
That
in the low
is
forward?
low medium kick for those that are not familiar
Oh, low
with
medium kick, excuse me.
arcade
Man, how did I
terminology.
switch to Street Fighter speak that fast? Oh my god, my bad.
It was quick.
Quick. So quick. I mean, well, shit, I still get wake up EX Shuryu on freaking Ken and Ryu, so they both hit me the same way.
So, like, I don't play Street Fighter, so to me, like that. So to me, it seems like you have how many buttons? You have 4 buttons, and each character has each same 4 buttons. I guess,
Yeah.
and do these buttons change if you input a direction with them?
Depends.
Some characters do have command normal,
So,
but not all, and they're not all the same button either.
I use that lightly. So.
Like so what to me it's looking like you excel. To me, when I see Street Fighter, it seems like a lot of characters have a lot of the same BS as far as buttons are concerned. But you are getting onto Tekken. To me, it seems for the same aspect.
That
Like
would
when I
be-
see
that
What's
would
up,
be
man?
on the outside looking in, because like the same example that AJ gave with the low forwards.
I'm gonna try to
Like he
understand
said, Ryu's low forward is really used to keep space and push you away for like fireball usage, because his main tool is his fireball. Actually, I can use Fireball in general. Ken's Fireball is trash. It's not really meant to be used as a zoning tool. Ryu's Fireball is meant to keep you at bay. It's meant to stay away from me. You're not getting in my space. Akuma's Fireball is meant to hurt you. It's meant to
I think Fireball is pretty unique.
Trying to hurt
I think Fireball is pretty unique. What about like is forward 2? Does that change depending on like the person, or is that like it's 2 and forward 2? Are these two different things or the same punch?
Well, that's entirely different terminology. Well,
some people don't have a forward 2.
Translate it.
We'll say forward 2 in Street Fighter, because Street Fighter is a 6-button layout, right? And Tekken is a 4-button. So, because you have the light punch, medium punch, hard punch, light kick, medium kick, heavy kick, and Street Fighter speak aside, I won't go through that right now. But so for transferring, what you said would be like forward medium punch.
Yeah.
Or in this case, it would be just stand medium punch. Actually, no, that's their overhead. And their overheads act differently.
And Ken's overhead isn't forward medium punch. He has forward heavy kick, and he has one that's back medium kick, and both of those are different than Ryu's.
What you got, Tank?
So AJ, you said you want your character to be unique. You want like your basic button layout and the basic button inputs to be unique,
that's what I'm looking at, Tank.
What?
Me too.
That's because
I don't like all the generic moves and how frequent they are. So like your generic down forward ones that are used exactly the same. They are a mid poke that goes like this. They all go like this. All of them. Damn near all of them, aside from Julia, who goes like this, which is fine because hers is unique. That's fine. What I'm talking about as far as unique is that they're not all. I can pick. I use Geese's down forward 1, the exact same as I use Noctis's down forward 1, the exact same that I use. I can't use Jin. Jin has a different one. I use it the exact same way as Jin's down forward 1. They're all. It's the same notation. All used with the correct thing. Mid hook.
So if you use these buttons the same way for the same situation, what makes it unique between them?
That's what I'm.
No, yeah, that's his problem. That's why he doesn't. That's what he doesn't like.
That's what I don't like. I don't like.
Yeah,
I don't like that. Down 4 is another one because the reason people use down 4 is that it's a low that high crushes, right? That's why we use. And it's a quick low that high crushes. That's why we use down 4 in Tekken. That's something they want to give characters. They're like, oh, this character should have a generic down 4 so that they have a low high crush option. I'm like, no.
Just give them another move.
Another move.
Like, you're not
I can get jiggy. So in Street Fighter, overhead change depending on the character. What's the overhead notation in Street Fighter 4 character?
Depends.
Depends on the character.
Really.
And some have different things.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like give me one. Like
Ken's overhead.
Was it forward hard kick?
Forward heavy kick.
That's one of them.
And then Akuma's would be like forward medium punch. But Ken's can combo, Akuma's cannot.
Yeah, they do different things. They're used differently. What's the function of overheads? Is there a general function?
Hit people crouching.
Yeah, it's really made for people who are guarding.
It's like mids in Tekken. It just hits people who are crouching.
But everybody's layout is different. So
that's it. So AJ can accept in Street Fighter because notation is different, and I guess the properties change depending on the character. I suppose how Ken can get a combo, y'all said, and how Akuma can't. I think I'm seeing more of your point. Yeah, but Tekken has some. That's a problem too. Tekken has too many moves. Yeah, I think I can rock.
But it's
I think I can
Tekken.
get down with it.
It's all coming together. Like
I'm
when you think
telling you,
about
bro,
it, it's
like,
just like
I have-
I think like you're right. It has to.
There's the reason why I have a problem with there being too many moves and too many generic moves is because there's so much filler in the move list.
There it is.
That just doesn't get used. So if they would condense the move list, I'm not making it smaller for accessibility. You know, my favorite word. Okay, I'm not making it smaller for accessibility.
The Obama. He said.
Shut up.
I'm making it smaller because I want every move to have a specific purpose. If they step, you do this move. If you need a low high crush, you do this move. Like I want there to be a reason, not just moves thrown in just because I don't know, it's always been there.
Like
They
things
also
like
don't have a practice tool to tell you why those moves are there for, so you really wouldn't know if you just get into the game.
so like things like Magic 4 and Orbital Heal shouldn't be like several characters have this exact same thing and it does the exact same thing. It should be like only a certain character should have access to Magic 4.
I could fuck some.
Kind of like the Electrics. Like Electrics are specific to Mishimas. That's their special thing.
Right.
Magic 4 or I don't want people to take this too far to think that I'm not okay with characters having obviously like a universal option to dealing with things. I think Magic 4s are kind of okay, but not everyone has a Magic 4, and that's okay. That's fine.
So let's say down. What would you do? Down 4? You were discussing that.
Down
so
4,
is high crushing. So, but everybody in Street Fighter has what's the same notation? That's not nitpicking, AJ.
I don't think it's nitpicking at all.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, you could say that does everyone in Street Fighter have a suite? Yep, absolutely. Most of the time it's a suite, right? But it's used. They all have different ranges, have different properties, and there's something unique about it. It's not the exact same motion of someone crouching low and kicking all the way to the other side. Like and that's what my main issue.
So it might not. So if I can sort of interrupt if anybody can talk. So it's not even necessarily that it's the exact same move. It just looks different. Like it just has a separation. Like I'm not literally doing. Noctis is doing Jin is doing You know, that same little motion. Akuma's doing Like it's not all the same. Is that what you kind of saying?
Yeah, a lot of these down 4 ones, and especially the down 4s, look the exact same or use the exact same way.
You say usage. Usage may be one of the most important things I'm getting from him. Because usage
and the way, usage is pretty much the main deal.
Yeah.
I don't want to just pick a character and just be like, oh, I can use jab and down forward 1 and I'm gonna be okay. And I don't know anything else about the character because I think I don't. That's what I don't like.
Because if that type of stuff wasn't there, it would help eliminate the problem of why play this character when I can just play this character that does the exact same
Why
stuff.
do I want to use Noctis' down forward 1 when Kazumi exists?
But
it's a way better down forward. Kazuma has a way better down forward.
Yeah, but you're not playing these characters for that. You're playing them for the other 99 moves on a command list. So that's that will be my counter to that.
Down forward 1 and jab is pretty important in Tekken.
No, you're right. You're right. And
remember, Qhub, Kazumi, Arslan Ash's Kazumi was winning with pretty much 2 moves. Jab and down forward 1.
Well, we're not. I guess as far as personal taste. You can play a character for the down forward 1, but you're not going to just play. Well, I guess you can if it's that important to you. But like you said, if he likes Noctis, he's going to keep playing Noctis, not just for the down forward 1. Even if it is bad, or someone else has a better one.
I play Noctis because I like Noctis, and
that's what I'm saying.
Forward 2 and I have down back 2. Those are unique moves. No one else has those. So that's what I want. Noctis's moveset is actually pretty unique. I think he has some generic moves thrown in there.
Yeah, he does.
Be a unique ass character.
Yeah,
exactly. So I want more characters to be like him.
Now, if Yoshimitsu played exactly like Noctis, we'd be pissed off because we paid for that nigga.
I'd be mad as hell.
Well, yeah, I definitely see what you're saying, AJ. It will be cool, but I guess as far from their aspect,
that's super difficult, man.
It's easier. Facts. It's easier just.
It is difficult,
but it will become
to sprinkle down 4-2, down 4-1, down.
Exactly, Aaron. That's what I'm getting at. It was a lot easier if you take the roster and chop it in half.
Because if you look at a game like Skullgirls, Skullgirls has 12 characters, but every single one of them is different. Every single one of them. Not one character is the same.
And a lot of anime games do this exact same thing. I'm blaming you. Every single character is different and has a unique thing. Is it a little daunting when you're getting into it? Absolutely.
But AJ, that's why I like Tekken though, AJ, because we have so much. And when I look at Street Fighter, it looks like a lot of these ninjas are doing the same things. Like it would take me playing Street Fighter a long time to see, oh crap, he's doing overhead, and his overhead has different frame, different notation, and different properties. But I don't want to do all that. I guess as a viewer, it looks boring to me. But when I see Tekken, I see a whole bunch of different array of moves. And I guess it is 2D and 3D comparing that. But I definitely see where you're coming from. But that's why I like Tekken personally, is because of the 1,000 moves.
I think I can get behind a small character roster if the characters are unique enough. They don't have to be super technical, but when you start doing duplicates,
yeah, I feel you.
Like literally duplicate characters, literally it's the same character except just like one tiny difference in their kit. Like, bro.
Yeah, fact. I can get down.
I'm gonna throw this in there real quick. I didn't think that topic was gonna be that hot.
I mean, you had me on it.
I think it was gonna be that hot. Man,
come on, man. You know from my Smash talks how conservative I am about rosters, bro. You know exactly.
I want small government.
Sure. Get this Republican out of here, man.
My main thing is this, man. I just want characters to be unique, and I want there to be reasons behind the designs for the characters. That's all I want. And I think it's unreasonable to ask for that to happen in a 50 to 70 character roster. I think it's unreasonable.
I think it's possible.
If I'm not, unless you're dealing with a small base or you have a long time.
He said 5? What did he say?
What if you have a very small base for a long time? I think it's unreasonable. Yeah. So if I'm going to ask for every single character to be unique and there to be a lot of thought behind their design, I'm gonna need a smaller roster.
I'm not mad. I'll just tell you a black ass play Street Fighter, bitch.
Hey, you know what? You may be right, but even Street Fighter got its own.
Street
Fighter got its own regarding roster.
That's a super another topic. Hey, Qhub, drop us a topic, man.
Oh, me drop a topic of what we got. Man, I was thinking about something earlier. What about taking lore, like taking 1 to like taking
lore?
No, wait, let's drop that. Crap, because I'm tired of discussing, tournament and frames and gameplay and stuff. That's something that we have opinions on.
I want to get to that casual shit, bro.
Fact.
I could talk about this now. Okay, yeah. All right, now we talk.
So why is it that Tekken Tag 2 received so much flack? And it's a non-canon as far as Tekken is concerned.
Wasn't the online actual Dookie?
Yes, the online was freaking terrible.
Wasn't the online was actual Dookie? There was duplicate character. There was so many different types of characters.
But remember, pros play it, so it ends up unfair because.
Yeah, what, Big A?
I said it's when pros play it, it ends up to a kind of being an unfair advantage when I can just play Nina, Anna, or Lee Violet, I can literally play the same character twice.
We seen this in Tag 1. Why are we acting brand new? Now I get it that the fighting game community like literally like just lit a dynamite and just blew the heck up. But like we knew this what Tag does. So why is it that, oh my gosh, Tekken Tag 2 just, you know, ruined it? Whenever Tekken Tag 2, when it came out, it should have been accepted as this is what Tag is. It's not canon.
Watch this.
Exactly.
Watch this. I got you. Well, first of all, because people kept trying to play it as a tournament game anyway.
Yeah,
so
and
it should have been accepted as a casual game.
Yeah,
but that's not what people wanted. They wanted a tournament game. But because they tried to mix both, this is what you had. You had Bounds, which changed.
Oh, my bad, go ahead.
You had Bounds that changed the damage. You had the Netsu system, which was based on if characters liked each other or not. So if I pick Jin, if I pick Jin and Kazuya, I'm not getting rage unless I'm almost dead. Which more times often than not, you died before you got the chance to use that rage.
You don't F with that, eh?
Hell no. Not from a competitive. Yeah, if I'm playing strictly as a party game, sure, it's whatever. But if I were trying to play this in a tournament, no, it's literally not fair.
The same way that we accept people having different frames, rage arts being different, rage drops being different, why can't we accept that as that?
Because that means you have to play certain teams in order to actually make good use of the Netsu.
But you have to pick certain characters in order to do certain stuff, so why can't this be the same thing?
Go ahead, Raha.
Y'all are all pointing in different directions than he is on my screen.
Well,
my screen's all that matters.
You can finish Qhub question, and I just want to say something real quick, but you can go finish your question. What
were you saying, Qhub?
So people have different frames. Rage arts are different. Rage drives are different. Armors are different. All of this stuff is different. So between characters. So why can't and some people have bad rage arts. So why can't we just accept that some people have bad energy with each other?
Because you can die in one combo.
I don't know if I F with that, but I accept
because
a answer. But I don't know if it's strong enough for me to argue against. I think I just disagree to the point where it's like, yeah, F it. It means nothing. But we can move on.
This is where I come in. Okay, even though Cass did have bad blood with a lot of people on the roster, didn't they kind of balance that out with his damage? That nigga did have some insane damage output.
But that's just Cass. Did other characters
necessarily because it's Cass? Well, yeah, it is because it's Cass. All the Mishimas had an exceptionally high damage output, which is what made them such ideal partners. Because Electric was tag bufferable. The ultimate space control weapon in the game was tag bufferable. So you're tag buffering Electrics the entire game, and the minute you get one, you switch out to your partner. Your partner's draining red life.
Oh no! In OS?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Like you would not switch out after it. As soon as you hit, guess what? I'm switching in. On block, it would just push him back. But if I hit that right there, my partner's coming in. I'm draining your red life. I'm calling in my Mishima. My Mishima is doing oodles of damage. Then my partner character is coming back and slapping you to the wall.
Games. No.
Was the Tekken Tag 2 when that was attempted to go? Well, I guess it did go to tournament. Since I didn't watch the tournaments, isn't that where I heard nothing but in tournament it was just full of Mishimas? It was just nothing but Mishimas everywhere.
For the most part.
Lars.
No, Lars was in it. Oscar was
AK was AK in there a lot.
Yeah, from JDCR.
Yeah.
Basically, it was either Mishima or the Mishima style characters, and well, Mishimas, Bruce, Lars, Bob, Ganryu. Those were pretty much the main ones. Some Leo, some. Very rarely you saw the Williams sisters. I think after that everything was pretty much a toss up. Like it was Bronson Tran who played freaking True Ogre, that's Big Monster Ogre, Remy Ogre, and Jinpachi. So you also had boss characters that were just straight up playable characters.
Oh my god.
And then the fact that this dude can just fly out of combos. Come on now. How does that sound fair?
Hey, it's unique though, Aaron.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Yeah, there's a level of unique to where we get to where like, okay, this is stupid.
I deserve this combo. He could just go.
What gets crazy? He was on point. I'm not mad at it. And then if you F up, your combo is even longer. But
and then I guess people actually, I think that might have been part of the reason people took it as it was a party game and ignored it. So it didn't get as much sales. Like it's the lowest selling Tekken.
Yeah, that mug is crazy.
To the point where they were like, "Yeah, you might not get into the Tekken."
Yeah, let's go play Street Fighter 4.
Bananas and cheese.
Okay. Yeah, I just be hating on, would be mad at ninjas hating on Tag 2. I F with Tag 2 heavy. Tekken 7.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the main problem with Tag 2 was that it
was bad. Yeah.
Well, I mean, not that it was. I'm not going to say that it was bad, but what I'm going to say is that it wasn't your traditional Tekken, and people were trying to play it like it was, and that was its main problem. It's like trying to play Street Fighter Cross Tekken as if it's Street Fighter 4. It's not.
Nope.
So if you are going to try and do that, then you're going to be like, oh, well, this game is garbage. And or if I use Street Fighter Cross Tekken as an example, people will be like, oh, well, it has Tekken characters and play like it's Tekken. Well, you're not gonna be happy there either.
Sorely mistaken, my friend. Sorely mistaken.
I think that's where it's a main issue. People are trying to like Tag 2 was meant to be a different kind of game. Like, it's meant to be, it's meant to be like, kind of what if type thing, right? Like, what if we put all these characters in the same game, and what if you can pair Anna Williams with Jin, and like that's what it's supposed to be, right? It's supposed to be like the ultimate dream match, but everyone was like
uptake.
But hey, what if I don't even know what he's saying when I'm trying to get out a freaking coherent sentence here. It's supposed to be this dream match, but everyone was too focused on
facts. I agree.
Name in it. I don't know what he said. What is that?
It's called Tag 2.
That boy Tag 2 is the jump force of Tekken.
Nah, bro. Oh, that's disrespectful.
That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. What if? He ain't lying.
What if?
As far as the what if, yes, I guess you're right.
What if ancient ogre and ogre fought?
I'm gonna parry that and move on. I got one more.
Jinpachi and ancient ogre fought.
I hate you. All right, so
you had Devil Kazuya and Devil Jin fight Jinpachi and ogre.
Yo, I'm on fire.
I don't like you.
It was fun though.
Alright, I got one more. Do we want to see Tekken 8 or Tekken Cross Street Fighter?
Tekken Cross.
I want to see Tekken Cross.
Easy.
Y'all thought y'all was mad about Akuma? Shit, wait till Dalsim get in that mug, boy.
Oh my god.
No.
I'm gonna let y'all have this for a little bit up here. Because I'm gonna come and kill this topic in a bit right back.
Boy,
oh my god, you're gonna have Tekken Akuma and Street Fighter Akuma fight.
You shit.
Two different Akumas? I'm baiting Akumas.
That mug gonna be mean. Wow. You talking about people thought they hated 2D characters, boy.
Get ready
if that
for
mug ever come to life, people are gonna be so pissed off about these 2D characters.
God gonna have a tracking fireball.
Boy, you gonna have E Honda Like, why does he swing like that? Like, how do you sidestep that?
Yeah,
He was bad. He about to.
That boy. They put Seth in there against Jen.
I'm definitely strapped.
I'm playing that mug for real.
I'm gonna watch it. I ain't buying it.
I gotta buy it. I'd have to.
I'm buying that mug.
Right.
But why? But why though? Why Tekken
The
Cross Street
same,
Fighter over
the same
Tekken 8?
way that Tank. Let's see if True Ogre is teamed up with Angel. Let's see E Honda fight Don Ryu. Let's see Sagat fight Fakum Realm. Yeah, that same reason.
Boy,
That same reason.
what is the god? Fucking raw. Like,
Facts. That same reason.
oh man, I
I
can't
would-
wait to see fucking Ram be like, how do I get?
Tiger shot. Tiger shot. Tiger shot. Tiger shot.
All right, I got in.
Tiger knee. Oh, tiger uppercut. My bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Don't you dare jump. Don't you
Tiger.
dare jump.
That mug.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind
I'm
him taking
playing
8 to see
soccer
what
and I'm
transfers
throwing out a
over.
Tatsu.
Shut up.
But
Because you know her Tatsu gonna be dumb.
Her tops to go on track.
that mug gonna
Facts.
be weird as heck.
Tracking Tatsu. People. Oh man.
Oh, you thought
okay,
cool was
so
bad?
are we
Oh,
talking about? Because there's levels to this, right? Are we talking about what I personally want, or what is going to be good
What
for
you
the Tekken
want.
community?
F what good for the tech community. F the
What I personally want, I want Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Are we going to get it? No.
We have Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Oh, Tekken Cross, you nitpicking. I ain't
Sorry.
saying
Yeah.
Tekken Cross Street Fighter. Thank you. No, he's right. Whatever, it's fine. I want Tekken Cross Street Fighter, but are we going to get it? No, absolutely not.
Probably not.
We're
Probably.
not getting it. We're
I
not getting
definitely
it.
want that game, man.
And honestly, I don't even think that I want it right now, actually.
Yeah, we ain't
And the reason why is because people are hating on 2D characters so hard that I can't bear to think of what they're going to do whenever half the roster is.
They're
2D
gonna
characters.
cry anyway, AJ.
They are going to cry. You're right. People are going to cry regardless. However,
Oh,
with the
man.
way the Tekken scene is going right now, Tekken's the highest it's ever been. I have been in multiple communities where the games literally get shit on. I have been a part. I do not want that for Tekken.
We are
trust
Smash
me,
players.
I have been a part of that community where the game gets literally dumpstered time and time and time again. With on the rise as Tekken is, as good as it is, I don't want to see that happen to Tekken.
And you know,
Man, I like Tekken Tag too, so F y'all.
I
I've been there.
but it's
I feel
kind
you.
of ironic too, because if I'm the last time I looked in the Street Fighter Cross Tekken Discord, they had Tekken characters basically at the top, mostly Tekken characters.
Oh yeah, Tekken characters at the top of the Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
But then you come over to Tekken and the Street Fighter characters. At the top. That's kind of interesting.
That's
See,
weird.
They
it
break each
seems
other's
like
game.
Tekken characters perform better
see,
in
I
a
think-
2D world, and then the 2D characters. Instead, the other way around, with the 2D characters are performing better in the 3D world. That's about the most sophisticated thing I've said this entire technical talk. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, you haven't said a lot of technical things. Got him.
I'm done with y'all.
Man. Yeah, but yeah, Tekken Cross all day.
Tekken Cross
It'd be cool to see
is
Tekken 8 to see what transfers over and to see who makes it.
Tekken 8 can burn.
And other guest characters. I'm
Okay, I
here for.
watch Tekken Cross. Tekken 8 can
You know what?
burn.
Since
Yeah.
we're on this, and we're in dream mode. We're in dream world anyway. Who y'all want? Tekken Cross Street Fighter.
Negan.
Stop.
Fact.
No. Not cool.
I'm already gonna get a
Yeah,
Kuma,
that
so it don't matter.
Thank you for
man.
Cody in there. I'm good. I'm living. I'm chilling.
Akuma's
I still
already
want
there,
nigga.
man.
I really want
I
nigga to
think
make him
Cody
take
would
it.
actually transfer over very well.
I'd love Cody.
He's got some, he has a lot of his moves would probably fit right in.
Oh,
Boy, he gonna have a slide. He gonna have a
Boy.
command slide.
He gonna have a command slide. He gonna have Zonk Knuckle in his gone track.
boy. Oh, boy. You know how good it will be to.
Zonk Knuckle is essentially gonna be
so-
freaking Steve down forward too.
Oh, yeah. I'm
There'll
so
be a
good
high.
to beat Zhao Yu with a pipe.
Gotta.
Rayjar, up C.
Oh, man.
Bop. Whoop.
Hmm.
Bop.
Yeah, you definitely cool to watch. For me, at least.
Ooh, tag intro.
I'd
Tag
be strapped
intros
in.
with Cody Negan. I hope you
Boy,
got
that'd be
your
good.
shit
Boy,
pants on.
boy,
Well,
Cody
that's not really
Negan.
my thing. But I.
Cody Bryan, bro, what's up?
Oh, man,
Lord.
that's gonna be.
He already got that outfit anyway, that prison outfit.
Oh,
Brian do in Tekken 7. Yeah.
Do they curse in Street Fighter?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I don't know.
If you throw Ryu, he says, "Damn it."
That's about it.
Nasty.
It counts. But yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely be cool.
Fact. I'm trying to see.
Okay, so Tank. So I mean, Aaron obviously Akuma. Tank said Cody. I need a character from everybody.
If I have to pick a character that I don't already
Oh,
have,
I'm gonna be Sakura.
yeah, you already know it's gonna be Sakura.
He said Sakura.
If I had to pick a character I didn't already have, I might actually say
Jerry.
no. I'd say Karen actually.
Karen.
Karine?
Miss
She
8
gonna be-
program, 64 pounds.
She gonna be hard to play on that game.
No,
she gonna be
she
slide.
nerfed. She nerfed. She's Karen. She back when she was top tier. She's Kari.
Karen.
She starts, so she's Karen now.
She's Karen now.
She's Karen.
She's Karen. Like she cut her hair. She got that weird like mom look.
Like I'm not even Karen.
Damn.
Oh, God.
Ha.
Bars.
But up.
I like Gal.
Boy,
You want
putting a charge character in the game.
Boy, that motherfucker gonna be so damn basic but clean. He gonna be.
They
I
would
said,
have
why
to
is he-
change. They would have to
Yeah,
change
we
the
have to
whole
change some
deal,
stuff.
bro.
Yeah,
He gonna be
fact.
They have
Why
to
he-
change a
why
lot
he
of stuff.
crouching
That
the
would be
whole time?
interesting. Why,
Yeah.
why
Why
is
he
he
crouch
holding down?
walking?
Why is he crouching?
Why he?
Wait, let him hit somebody with an upside down kick.
I was gonna say, why did he just turn upside down?
That mug is crushing lows and mids.
He gonna have a. He gonna have
That's
a.
fair. Shall you ducks me it? So shoot,
Hey,
add it to the
no.
list.
This was gonna happen. That boy Gal is gonna have a crouch mix up that he can go into flash kick. He gonna
That's crazy.
Flash kick.
That's crazy.
And they all
It's gonna be
have
he gonna either do sweep or flash kick, and flash kick is gonna be a mid.
At least we have more Akuma answers, Big A.
facts.
That mug gonna be super launch monitor.
Oh my god.
Ooh, hold
Oh man,
on.
if I had to pick a character, see
Jury.
I want to say Jury, but I don't know, man. I think
Ken.
they would have to change the art style because I don't want to see what she looks like in the Tekken art style. I can't have her ruined like that. But
Fury and
Just
think-
say Ken.
art style.
I guess it
Karen
would have
probably
to-
fight like Lily too. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
just one,
a little bit.
just
But more footsie based.
Hmm.
Oh wait, can I change my answer? Chun-Li.
Yeah.
suddenly.
You want to see how
She-
she is.
Her.
Ooh, wait,
foot
you
is
know
gonna be
who I
amazing.
want to see? I know who I want to see. I just looked over at my screen. I want to see Alex. I want to see what they would do with Alex. What they do with a grappler character.
So you want a more mobile Gigas?
I want a more mobile. No, he's not even nowhere near the size of Gigas. And
He gonna
Gigas
be-
isn't a grappler.
Murdoch.
Nah, he's
Come here.
gonna be like. I guess he would be like. Marduk or King. Hopefully, he plays more like King.
He'd basically
What's
be
that
Armageddon
gross?
probably.
What's that gross
That might
stance
be
he
dope.
got when he like this?
What the hell are you talking about? Kid?
You look like
know.
a Mortal Kombat 3 Raha fighting sequence scene.
Ain't that Alex dance? Some shit like that?
Oh,
Nah, that's Scorpion, ninja. I'm Mortal Kombat 3 on Super Nintendo. But yeah, I know what you're talking about, Ra. I seen that movie.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. I guess he kind of stands like that.
But yeah.
Not really, though.
Not really like that, but just to move on, yeah, exactly like
Hit him
that,
with
Ra.
that Sub-Zero.
But yeah, it would be dope to see. And if we get tag pros and all that jazz, that would be dope.
Because you know Mortal Kombat characters don't move right.
They really don't move.
They
right.
really don't.
They
will. Oof.
Hey, there you go. That's it. That's Scorpion.
Like what? Like why the fuck your hand up here? And the other like,
What is this gonna do back here?
what in universe God's name fight style is this? Like what is this gonna do? About time to wait. They just coming up with shit, but want to come at it.
Mad ugly, man. Yeah, I would love to. Ooh, I know who Ro wants. Ro wants Abel.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Abel
thinking
Van
about. Yeah.
Geef would be annoying. Holy
Fuck Geef.
Geef is gonna do.
All you're gonna be doing is taking throws or getting kept out with a headbutt or a foot. That's it.
Check
Or
me
if they
out.
give him his green hand.
Bro, if you got
Geef's-
green hand, that's a tracking move right there.
Facts.
Tracking gap closer. Oh my! I think
Oh
y'all
my
scared
God.
now.
Look, Geef's SPD is gonna do the same damage as Rolling Death Cradle with one command.
He's just gonna go.
No. I might have to stop playing.
Half health.
Heck no. That really
Fuck
definitely
that.
hurts like a bug. Fact.
I'm
He
gonna
had
have to
about-
They're
quit.
probably
He can have about a giant swing damage. Yeah, he can have about 60, 65 for it.
Yeah. Nah,
I can't do you rolling Death Cradle.
Hell nah.
Rolling Death Cradle hurt, bro.
I
Hey,
will
man,
hit it with every
Now let him
Geef
get a
match.
bar. He go EXD. He go EX SPD.
Oh
Alright,
my
bro.
god, if
Oh
I get
yeah,
him ball.
that's a one hit KO.
Next round.
Heck nah.
Bah!
That mug is gonna be weird.
You
You're
gotta
gonna
do
be
a
able to
whole
eat
quick
max
time
2
event.
of those, bro.
You
You
gotta
let
put
him
a
get
whole
both
bunch
bars.
of-
All he gonna do is scoop. All right, what's for breakfast? Oh, next round.
like I said, I want me a mean Tekken Cross Street Fighter. That mug gonna be hilarious. I
Yeah,
want to
fact.
see people cry.
Yeah, that mug will be funny. Super controversial.
Excellent. Most
Yeah.
definitely.
Did y'all play tag? Did y'all play tag 1?
Heck yeah.
With
I
y'all
did.
that one day.
I did.
You said
not-
what?
I was
With
just
y'all
getting
that one day back at your place.
I used to play Tag 1 all the time back in the day at arcades. I know
Oh, yeah,
a couple
same.
of my cousins had it.
I had that mug at home until I got mad I couldn't beat John on the hardest difficulty.
couldn't beat unknown.
I couldn't beat unknown on the hardest difficulty and I broke my disc.
Ah!
They snapped that shit. Oh my god.
I love that track too.
Alright, bet.
I like Yoshimitsu track. I think the best. Big A.
No eyes, no
Yeah.
ears, no nose, no
What
mouth,
is that song
no
about?
body,
What is
no
that?
mind.
It's about
No
Yoshimitsu
shit.
not
No shit.
having no shit. Yoshimitsu ain't got no shit.
He ain't got no body.
No.
He's a robot
He ain't-
alien thing, bro.
Right? He ain't got no eyes, no ears, no nose, no
No
mouth.
Mine is
No
probably
body.
Whatever it was, it was
No
lit.
shape.
No ish.
Mine is
Yeah, that's
probably the
my
John
favorite
Youth
track.
stage.
Hey man,
He-
hey man, y'all can't f with that that Jin theme though. That must always fire. That ding 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 ding.
I hated that track. I hated his outfit. Tekken 3, Tekken Tag. I absolutely hated. I never picked his motorbike outfit. I never picked his stage. I hated it with a
What
passion.
Jin look like in Tekken 3?
He does not look like nothing. He doesn't look.
I can't F with that motor.
Damn
I can't F with that
thing, right?
motorbike.
I hated that outfit. I don't know which outfit I hate worse. His Tekken 7 or his Tekken 3 outfit, Big A.
no.
Hey yo,
Yeah,
I don't
Tekken 7
like.
kinda
I didn't
good,
like
man.
the song. I ain't like the album. I ain't like. I never used.
Thank
black
you.
outfits.
The
Tekken
producer.
7's kind of good. Bro.
I didn't
Come
like the
on.
commentary. You said what, Big A?
Tekken 7's outfit's kind of good, man. Come on now.
Jin's outfit?
Yes.
The skinny things with the with the parachute top?
Yes.
Oh no,
Get
hey.
the hood,
Hell
dude.
no.
He
That mug is absolute trash.
He in there
You
geeking.
gotta-
He like this. Hello. He like.
Nah, what my trash can at? That's what it looks like. That mug is two cheese.
I would
Hey.
like Tekken 7 Jin if he didn't have the jacket tucked in. If the jacket was out, he'd be much
Why
better.
is I forgot it was tucked. I forgot
Why
it was
is
tucked.
it tough?
Why
Who
is it
tucks
tough?
in a jacket?
Because Jin is an idiot.
No,
You're not wrong. How do you go?
actually, you're not
How
right.
do you go from having so much swag from 4 to 5 to 6 to trash?
That's crazy.
60
I don't know how
was
you
clean.
how he fuck
Thank
up
you.
how he fuck up a multi-million-dollar organization in about 2 days.
Hey, yeah, it was good talking to
What I
y'all.
just
Man.
said.
Hold on, Tekken 4 Jin was kind of heat, bruh.
Tekken 4 Jin
No,
was
Tekken
fire.
4 Jim.
He's talking about
Fire.
Tekken 3.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
Tekken 3 was-
I looked at Tekken 3
best.
Jin. That mess was trash.
Yeah, that mug ugly.
Yeah, I like his basic outfit is cool.
But you don't F with his song?
I hated his song, man.
I hate
I
it.
hate
I
it.
hate the song. Fuck his album.
Song,
fuck
the
his
album, I
music.
hate the future.
Boy, God,
Uh-uh.
that was intense hatred, bruh.
No, sir. I like Jin so much as a character, so when you bring this other stuff that don't, I can't do it. It's cool though. I can get jiggy. But yeah, I quit playing late because I couldn't do sidestep both punches or something, or sidestep 2+3 after drop blade. It was too hard for me. When I picked up Tekken 3, I dropped him quick.
Oh man, this is funny.
Facts. I couldn't go in the crane stance. I was like, nah, this ain't for me. I'm gonna have to get him in a couple years. Yeah, nah, this is out of my skill range. No, I can't do.
Ooh, I'll tell you what. Here's a good one. Which Tekken has the best music?
I was about to say the same thing. If I didn't go through every track on T7 and pick them, I probably would have said.
I'm gonna go Tekken Tag.
Tekken Tag 1 or 2?
2, because I switched because I never listened to any of them. I switched them out.
I
for
know.
songs I wanted to hear.
Nasty.
Man, if I didn't pick, I would say Tag 2 off rip. But on T7, I think I went through and listened to every single track. And I think when I went back and looked at the tracks I selected, Tekken Tag 1 was everywhere over my track list. So I think I F with Tag 1. I left with Tag 1 the most. You got No Eyes, the Xiao Yu song. There's a couple more songs. I think Tekken 5 had a fire track, but Tekken Tag 1 for sure for me.
I think Tekken 3 was my favorite. I want to say probably. I think I like a lot of songs on that one.
Man, I like a lot of the songs in general, but I'd say mine is a toss-up between Revolution and
Revolution
2.
was bad. I think.
And 2 is up there because of one song and one song only. That's
Dale song. Fact. Yeah, that mug is kind of heat.
That's it's fire. Free best Tekken selection.
That Cat Kazuya boss stage was fire, big ass. With that mug was simple as hell. Man, I think I like the stage more than the track though. At the end of the devil stage, the mirror stage on Tekken 2. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I F with that stage a lot.
I don't know.
All
what
black
you're
with the
talking
mirror in the back.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, sounded like he didn't have a damn
Well,
idea.
There's you have to go peep it. It's like an all black with there's a mirror in the background. And that's it. And the track.
Oh
is
yeah, I played
terrible.
on that mug one time.
Yeah, I have with that stage a lot.
Let me tell you the games I'm familiar with when it comes to stages.
Wait, can I change my answer
Sure.
to Dudley theme Street Fighter?
Bro, if you don't shut up,
I'm a hit.
That's a random.
But yeah.
fire.
I don't know what-
Hey, Qhub, I need it on the track. I need it on the tag too.
What's that, Big A?
Dudley theme. Let's go. I don't care if it's a remix. Just put it down. You know I'm only playing the worst characters in the game.
I haven't played enough of the Tekkens to really have another answer, but whenever I played Tekken 7 on PS4, I listened to most of the tracks, and then I switched the jukebox, because for some reason only PS4 has it and PC doesn't. Switched the jukebox to Tekken Tag 2, so I'm gonna say Tekken Tag 2. That's what I listened to.
I mean, it does have Your Sunset, which is a stellar track. Probably the track I've heard the most of any Tekken. So, spending hours in the goddamn customization and stuff. So, yeah, music, very good, very good. Okay. Alright.
What you got?
I think it is actually time to call it quits, because we have reached 2 hours and 44 minutes.
I was going to say, that was only 2 hours? I didn't talk for longer than that? How dare I?
Oh yeah, we talked the heck out of this subject.
I like Qhub.
Oh yeah, I was gonna blame Qhub. But
Was what?
I was gonna blame Qhub.
Oh.
But yeah.
Hey, bring your face back here, Tank, no homo.
I don't like that comment. Can you ask me again?
Bring your face here, no homo. Pause. we trying to wrap this mug up. Alright.
Okay.
Closing remarks. Oh yeah, facts.
That's the plug.
Akuma saved Tekken. Respect it. Respect it, a chicken.
All right.
Yeah,
Get
man.
serious here for a second. Okay. I want everybody who's listening to this podcast, I want you to understand something. I want you to understand something right now, okay? I can't talk, which is why I usually stay quiet, but that's neither here nor there. But I want you to all drink more water, or you might die. Thank you. Also, tip your waitress, and Big Shock, Ratna, Scootnun, Ashi. We're done.
Chidori.
What?
Shut! No! Hey! Hey! No!
Oh, that's the wrong eye. That's not a thing.
That's the wrong everything.
Yakugan.
What?
Stop!
Do it again. I dare you.
Did you say Bakugan? What the?
He said, "Be
I
Byakugan."
dare you. I double
Do it
dare you.
again. You don't want it.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Did you?
Boy,
Alright.
I dare you. I double dare you.
Young Qhub, we appreciate your attendance in this cast. Gang signs.
That boy.
But,
Yeah, it's all good, man. Yeah, you know, back stop by, you know, chit chat with a pig whack. My
Nasty.
signal bad. I sound like a robot.
a little bit. He
Oh,
said,
yeah, turn
he
it.
said, knick-knack
But
with
yeah,
a patty whack, give a dog a
Yeah,
bone.
man, you already know what it is, man. Came through, you know, drop some taking opinions on y'all boys real quick, you know. Don't be a stranger, man. You know, y'all come back now. You're here.
Oh, yeah. That's grandpa.
Hey.
But yeah, but now.
Boy, Qhub died.
Bro, now you sound worse than before you left.
Can't
You left
hear
and came
that
back worse. How?
dude. Got him all you back.
But yeah, man, all that jazz, man. Yeah, man. Glad you had me by Big A.
Oh yeah. Next time, actually, since we were on Tekken this time, we're probably gonna go right to the antithesis. Next topic.
Street Fighter?
Oh yeah. We're gonna talk about
I
Dan
got
beat
shit. I got some shit to talk
Boy,
about. That
don't
game.
you dare.
I don't even play that game no more.
talk about Dan Trash Can Habib.
What you got for the next time?
Wait, hold on. That was a little sneak peek.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about this game. All right, folks. Like, comment, subscribe. AJ, where can they find you?
Oh, you can find me at Shadowfalls_FGC on Twitter, or at Shadowfall, or sorry, Twitch.tv/Shadowfalls_TW on Twitch.
Tank, follow up. Where can they find you?
They can find me in that bitch bedroom. Psych. Y'all can find me at Evil Bossenberg, and I mean that Bossenberg at twitch.tv/Bossenberg, because we bossing evil like Twitter. Shut up, Bossenberg. Yeah. But you can for real find me in your bitch bedroom.
Shut up. H, where can they find you at?
In my house and leave me the fuck alone. That's what you can find me at. If I don't know you, don't follow me.
That's the
Damn.
okay. He said F a fan and Qhub. Throw the flockers at him.
Oh yeah, you already know, man. Flockaninjas, you know where we're gonna be at, man. Yeah, man. We're not gonna be in your beach bed. We're probably gonna be on somebody else's bed. You know, already know, man. Check us out. Flockaninjas YouTube. Flockaninjas. I forgot how to spell it, man. But hey, Google it, man. We pop up. Hopefully, if not, hit your boy A up. He got you.
What? That's FLOCKA ninjas. There you go.
Yeah.
Flockaninjas, fam. But yeah, subscribe to them. Follow that homie Tank. Follow that homie
Fine
AJ.
games, yeah, man.
All types of good stuff around here. Everybody can geek a little bit, you know. We
facts.
Yeah, we out this bit.